now one business that offers you even greater opportunities. Enjoy the same fantastic staff and service that bring your innovative design. You can frame your memories or explore other stuff.
Or 428 Hargrave Street, Bendigo, right on the roundabout. Safe, secure and service guaranteed. Steve Barty Gas is your local supplier of household, LPG cylinders, forklift, industrial and hospitality gases. They refill or exchange barbecue and camping cylinders and have a range of lubricants and greases. Steve Barty is a local bloke and has serviced Castlemaine and surrounding districts for over 40 years. For great service and competitive prices, contact fresh sponsor Steve and the team on 5472 1262 or info@stevebartygas.com.au.
Jason Westcott Builder, where your vision comes to life. From architecturally designed 5-bedroom homes to stunning renovations and seamless extensions, they build spaces that fit the way you live. Expert craftsmanship, clear communication, and a team that genuinely cares. They're with you from concept to completion, making the process smooth, stress-free, and exciting. Create a home that truly reflects you. Explore their website's gallery and start your journey today with fresh sponsor Jason Westcott Builder.
Discover everything you need at Fresh Sponsor Rural and Outdoors Castlemaine. They stock a huge range of outdoor power equipment from all your favourite brands. Prospecting and metal detecting supplies, water tanks, pumps, pet produce, stock feeds, animal health products and so much more. Equipment in need of repairs? Their qualified and experienced technicians have you covered for all your servicing and repair needs. Rural and Outdoors, 21 Elizabeth Street, Castlemaine. Experience the difference.
Hey, you'll need lots of firewood to get you through this bitter cold winter. Stock up with quality wood. It's available right now from Bendigo Firewood and Soil, delivered straight to your door. Hardwood mix and red gum in stock plus more. Renewably sourced, seasoned to perfection for a longer burn time, a warmer home, producing less ash. Get your wood pile stocked from Bendigo Firewood and Soil, McDowell's Road, East Bendigo. Find fresh sponsor at bendigofirewoodandsoil.com.au.
Central Victoria, Bendigo. Football finals are here again. You can watch the Dragons breathe in some fire and it's hot, so hot you can't stop, can't stop. The high flying Hawks, just watch them fly by. The Bulldogs are ready to bite and bite and bite. They are unleashed, be warned. Watch out, watch out, watch out. There's a big storm brewing and it's coming your way. It's time for the mighty Bloods, because the door is open wide.
sponsor, more live Bendigo football. And now it's time to fire up delicious Don Footy Franks. They're made for the footy. Is Don, is good.
It's the place we want to be. It's time to go back to the home ground on Bendigo Fresh FM. Go local, go local footy, more local. Let's go Fresh, let's go.
Welcome to Bendigo Footy, the elimination final, the second of the Bendigo Footy League Finals campaign on Bendigo's Fresh FM. Brought to you by Keezer, Physio Rehab Strength Bendigo. Radio Live 101.5 FM in Bendigo and across Central Victoria online on the Community Radio Plus and TuneIn free radio apps. It is the elimination final on your Sunday afternoon. We're at Tannery Lane in Strathfield, say, and it is Gisborne taking on South Bendigo, and it promises to be a cracking game of footy. The noise you can hear there in the background is the reserves game, and it is Strathfield Say and Kangaroo Flat. They are playing out a classic at the moment. The Storm have just kicked a goal in the last moments of the quarter to give themselves a 2-goal lead in that one, which is also elimination final. Yesterday's elimination final saw Eagle Hawk comfortably take control over Strathfield Say in a rampaging last quarter. One of the callers that was there yesterday is here again today. Mick Delaney, good afternoon to you today. And after that game yesterday, you're shaping up for another one today.
Yeah, good afternoon, Cameron. Good afternoon, listeners. It was a cracker game. Strathfield Say and Eagle Hawk. It was a very even contest, if you ask me, for the first probably 3.5 quarters. But Eagle Hawk just... it's hard to explain because it just felt like it clicked. And they kicked, 12 or 13 goals in the last quarter and a little bit, and really just ran all over the top of Strathfield Say. So Eagle Hawk through to next week where they'll play Sandhurst, and the winner of today's game will play Strathfield Say next weekend.
Storm just kicked another one, so they've rampaged late in this final quarter, a bit like Strath did yesterday. Mick, you've moved one chair up the ranking today from the comments to calling the game with myself, Cam Power. And in the special comments chair this afternoon, a legend of Bendigo footy. He's involved in the Interleague team. He's a very well-known man. It's Wayne Mitrovic. Good afternoon to you, Wayne.
Good afternoon, and good afternoon, listeners. Oh, what a day for footy. Seriously, it's nearly making the hair grow back on my head. It is that good a day out there. Brings back the memories, the old finals footy weather. Well, you couldn't paint a better picture of the ground, the crowd, and the conditions today.
It is, of course, today's Bendigo Finals brought to you by Keezer, Bendigo Physio Rehab and Strength. Good game coming up this afternoon. A couple of outs for South Bendigo, which really hurts in the midfield department, Mick. If you want to touch on them, it may really make a difference in the game today.
Yeah, I think it'll make a difference. Will it be the overarching figure as to why the results happen the way they do? Probably not, because both these teams have shown throughout the year that their best footy is still good enough to match it with the top teams in the competition. So we'll look at South Bendigo, a couple of big outs. Zimmerman, who I brought up at the start of the year, needed to have a big year with Antonowitz going down in the first round. He has. He's come on really well and been one of the better small forwards in the competition. He's out today with a hamstring. But also Templeton, one of the gun midfielders of the competition, he's out as well. So 2 big outs for South Bendigo. For Gisborne Metro, there's a big out that we've heard about just not half an hour ago.
Yeah, apparently there's a mishap at training during the week, and unfortunate injury to Harry Luxmore, player that was in the interleague squad, so he's of that quality. Generally a centre-half forward. I believe during the week he was probably going to line up on the half-forward line as that high half-forward, 6'4", very mobile, so that's definitely going to hurt their chances moving that ball through that half-forward line and wing area for sure.
Of course, he's missed a few games earlier this year with that knee, so I'm led to believe that if they can win today, it's not the end of his season, though. It's more of a precaution, so that's certainly one to keep an eye on. Templeton and Zimmerman, their seasons aren't over yet. If South Bendigo can progress today as well, they may potentially find themselves back in. So big game for both sides today to be able to roll themselves in and hopefully get themselves further into the finals campaign. The under-18s footy earlier today, Castlemaine ran out 39-point victors over Golden Square, which was going with yesterday's game in the under-18s where South Bendigo beat Sandhurst by 15 points. So the 18s fixture next week see Strathfield Say and South Bendigo on the Saturday in the semi-final, and then the first semi-final on the Sunday will be Sandhurst and Castlemaine in the under-18s. So good little contest going on in under-18s. The reserves At the moment, it is Kangaroo Flat 9-3-57 trailing the Storm 10-8-68, and the siren is only moments away. In fact, that might have even been the sign that just went off in the background then. So victory to the Storm in the reserve. So that means next week the Strathfield Say Storm will front up again and take on Eaglehawk on Sunday, while South Bendigo Sandhurst do battle in the reserves. And of course, Eaglehawk won the senior game yesterday, so they're through to take on Sandhurst. And Sunday's game is the only game for Bendigo Footy League finals that will be contested this afternoon to see who does play out in those games, and it's shaping up to be a cracker. On paper, you're probably leaning towards Gisborne, but South Bendigo have got some quality players. Probably lucky in the midfield, Mick, but if they can get the ball forward, they've got a big fella in the forward line today that may make a bit of a difference to them. Hasn't played a lot this year, but he has kicked a few bags of goals in the games that he has played, and I'm talking of James Frawley, so might be a day for him if they can get the ball out to him on a hard lead. Yeah, absolutely, but we've seen in the past when Frawley does play that, yes, he takes the best defender, but it doesn't necessarily have to go to him all the time. Given that he is the star down there, sometimes that is an opportunity for your smaller forwards or other forwards to be able to get out in space because the opposition is so focused on that one player. So be interesting to see how Coatsy plays this one. But before we go any further, Cam, I want to ask Metro a question, and that is country footy. Normally we have the cars around the oval. Today it's all fenced off, about 800 metres worth of temp fencing around the ground, and yeah, cars are parked as far away as 500 metres away for people to get into the ground. How do you feel about the lack of cars, but the aura and the feeling with spectators being right the way around the ground?
Look, I'm going to sum it up. I don't like it. I don't like it. I want the cars. We're in a country setting. I actually think that the toots of the car horns, and look on the other side there, it's not that influx with people. They would gravitate towards the bar and the canteen. There'll be plenty up on the hill here cheering, create the atmosphere. Just thinking we're out of town, ease of supporters. I would have liked to see the car access here, even if it's 100 cars, it will alleviate some. I do believe if you had a parking for disabled, you were allowed in the ground, so at least some elderly and people with difficulties could do that. That's a positive, but yeah, if I was choosing, I'd have them, but it's not going to affect the football. I reckon looking at yesterday, though, it looked like it made a big difference yesterday because that crowd was very well spread around the smaller size ground for Harry Trott, but definitely here at Strathfield, say that outer wing, you could probably ease a bit of the congestion over that side. And the annoying thing, if you're parking on the main highway, there's temporary fencing, so you can't just cut across. You've got to walk all the way down and around to get into the ground. But anyway, that's something that we're probably a bit above our pay grade to work that out, I would think. But there's a good crowd in. A very, very good crowd. I'm sure the bar and the canteen will be doing massive sales today here. And it is Strathfield Say Storm who are hosting the final today. They've set us up in the coach's box above the bench, which Gisborne will be located on this afternoon. So we must thank them as well for giving us a really good position to be able to call the game from this afternoon. Of course, after today, all finals do revert back to the Queen Elizabeth Oval. Wayne, there is a Loddon Valley finalist for today. We'll touch on that as well. Obviously, you've been involved in the Loddon Valley Footy League a little bit. Morong into the Bendigo League next year. They're placing today in a do-or-die final. How do you see them going against Inglewood? I believe that's at Pyramid Hill, that one today? Yeah, definitely. Well, if you looked at yesterday's result up there with Pyramid just getting pipped by a couple of points to Bridgewater, which you would think that Bridgewater might have snuck over the line a bit more comfortably, so you just never know. Today's match, you'd think Morong would be in the box seat there throughout the year with the form that they've had. But saying that, Inglewood's top sort of 5 or 6 players have been there for quite a few years now. They might have come as 19 and 20-year-olds. Now they're 24, 25, recruited out of the under-23 VAFA comp out of Melbourne. Very accomplished players, fit, can run, use the ball well. So they've got enough firepower to be competitive. And they have the underdog tag. You know what it's like when you're the favourite. If it's close and there's pressure on the game, you're a chance to fumble and not get the job done. Of course, the reason I did mention that is, could it be potentially Morong's last game in the Loddon Valley Footy League? If they were to get beaten today, then that's curtains for them, and they start their new venture into the Bendigo League. But I'm sure they're content on having a crack at what would be a 4th straight Loddon Valley Premiership off the top of my head. 4 or 5, yeah. And look, they got one eye on next year, no doubt, but James is very professional, and there'll be no talk about next year coming into this week. Not a chance. It'll be all about what needs to be done just to get this one done. They wouldn't even be looking past today I wouldn't have thought. It'll be just get the job done today. If we get over the line, you recheck your stocks, how's injuries, how's our fitness and health, who's our opponent, where we're playing, and you start planning for that next game.
I want to talk about South Bendigo here because there's two players I've just highlighted that are really sticking to their guns, and I like it. The long sleeve operators of Zach Hare and Brodie Haddo. They wear them all year round, and if there was a day you wouldn't wear one, today would nearly be that day, but they've stuck out with the long sleeves this afternoon, so I say good to them. If you're committed to a long sleeve, Mick, you commit to it all year round, and that's exactly what they're doing. How long do you reckon they'll come off at some stage today?
Nah, knowing Zach Hare and his inability to hide his chicken wings, those long sleeves will stay on all year, even in the middle of summer. We played some cricket at Bucks together, and middle of summer he still had the long sleeves on, so nothing will change there. But another long sleeve type operator, Brodie Haddo, he's been sensational this year, and for me, he's up in the top 5 for the Mickelson count, which will happen in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah, I feel like if South Bendigo were to win today with a couple of their prime ball movers in the midfield, I feel like he needs to have a really big game today for them to get across the line. He's someone that I'm highlighting as a player that's got to stand up in the absence of Zimmerman and Templeton to be able to get them across the line. I'm really fascinated to see how Zayden Lockwood goes in the finals type intensity as well. He's a terrific player. Him and being able to rotate that almost a three ruckman switch in a way if you want to include Frawley in that. You've got Crisp, Lockwood and Frawley. There was concerns early in the year, Metro, about if they could play all three of those guys in the same team come finals time. They've done it today. What do you think of it?
They had McGregor earlier in the year too that went down, who's a genuine only can play in the ruck position, and would have given him a big headache because they would have played him. You would have to have played him. But I would think Frawley, we won't see him go through the ruck today. I've actually got a little bit in my pocket.
Could he take some forward ruck?
Maybe deep in the forward line, but they'll want him to stay within 30 metres of goal and just provide that contest in isolation. We see league players come back; they just don't get beaten in one-on-ones. No. So they'll want him close as goal as possible. But I wouldn't be surprised just to make a call. The X factor move of the day from Coatsy might be McKenna kicks 4 in the first half. South needs something. Frawley goes from full forward to full back on McKenna, because McKenna's the only avenue to goal. Seemed to be, well, he's not the only avenue, but they just use him so much. So if they take him out of the play, they're going to go, well, who's kicking him now? Because they just go at him so much.
And with Frawley as well, he's the Gold Coast backline coach as well.
Yeah.
So if there's anyone that's going to know any backline craft at local levels here, it's going to be Mr. Frawley. So I love that call.
I always find it interesting when the backline coaches of those teams tend to be forwards more often than not. Is that because they know what their defenders will do when they played against them, or like as someone that probably wouldn't look at it, you go, why was a predominant forward doing a backline coaching job?
There's a lot of forwards that started as backs as well, Cam. So sometimes when you got the young kids coming through, and we'll take today's day and age, for example, there'll be some kids in the Loddon Valley that'll be playing on your Lockie Sharps and that, learning leading patterns, learning how to draw players in, getting the ball back into space, not necessarily having the ball kicked to wherever he's pointing or leading to, but being able to double back. These skills then get taught onto the younger kids and then move on. So in Frawley's case, he's played forward, he's played back. He would have been one of the best in junior level, given that he's played X amount of games in the AFL system. Yeah. So for someone like that, like it's great for South Bendigo, a luxury to have him down forward. But as Metro just said, it could be the X factor move, putting him down back, just putting someone experienced behind the ball that can settle it down a little bit if Gisborne are getting on top, and just patrol the game or just control the game a little bit. Possession then leads to momentum. Then maybe South Bendigo get back on top. But yeah, that's one thing that will remain to be seen.
From the selected sides, Ollie Turnbull was the listed emergency, so he misses out for South Bendigo today. And for Gisborne, one change there. Selected original 22. Harry Luxmore goes out, as we mentioned. Liam Rogers comes in for Gisborne. Metro, you've done some studies on Gisborne over the last couple of days. Where are they going to win the game today if they're to win it?
Well, interesting last week, if you looked at the Golden Square's competitiveness in the second half last week against Gisborne, Gisborne actually ended up with probably their 5 top players on the bench at the end of the game. And they also rested James Gray, who's a dangerous mid-forward player, a tough little player. That was all about today. To get them, they knew that Eagle Hawk were going to win and probably win well. Talking to Blakey before the game, and all their planning even last week was about today. So they've got as much petrol in their tank as possible, and they're going to be looking, like I said earlier, Pat McKenna, that huge focal point up forward. You watch, 80% of ball will go to him, and he gets, and everyone knows it, but he still gets the job done from his class. Benaki in the middle, probably the premier on baller of the league. We've seen him and Taju go head to head last year. No one else is sort of matching him this year. He's a bit of a standout. Vescovi down back, on which we think will be Frawley. Great, our interleague fullback against the ex-AFL player. Great matchup. Flynn Lakey coming back in off a bad knee injury. He's only played limited game time, but he is class.
He's a superstar, isn't he?
Yeah. Dylan Johnson, James Gray are the other couple hard nut midfielders. So, yeah, there's 6 players there, 7 players. They're A-graders in this league, in this competition. So they're the ones that would get the job done for Gisborne, I'd say.
These are all players that Metro's bringing up that have all got VFL experience this year as well, coming through the Essendon VFL program and what have you. So for them to be applying their trade at a higher level and then to be coming back, it's great for Bendigo League footy, and today we're going to see some excellent footy.
Yeah, I'm just looking in front of us at the Gisborne midfield kind of group warming up. You got Shane Clough, who's Essendon VFL, listed in there as well. James Gray, Footscray. Dylan Johnson, Footscray. Of course, Brad Benaki's been involved with the Essendon program. So there is stars everywhere in this Gisborne midfield moving in front of us, and I feel like that's going to be the major difference today. That midfield battle is where I feel like South are going to really struggle without 2 of their premier midfielders, and I just think that's why I'm leaning towards Gisborne winning today.
One I didn't mention, Matthew Merritt, missed 10 weeks during the year. He's played the last 3 weeks, so he's got 3 games in a row under his belt. He's kicking goals, so he's another one that's in that sort of bit of X factor about him and that half forward line that will add something to him as well.
And the toss of the coin has been done here at Tannery Lane. It's been won by Gisborne's Zach Vescovi, and they're kicking towards the club rooms end of the ground, which means South Bendigo will go to the left of your radio dial or screen if you're joining us on the live stream this afternoon via YouTube or the Bendigo Footy League website. Good afternoon to you, and we hope to bring you a really good game of footy. Of course, you could be listening to us here on the Fresh as well as the Community Plus radio or tune in free radio apps. Wherever you're joining us this afternoon, we hope you settle in for a cracking game of finals footy. I'm tipping Gisborne. Metro, who you got winning today?
I'm with Gisborne as well.
I don't want to be the same as everyone, but Gisborne.
So 3 of us all tipping Gisborne in here. It just feels like those midfielders for South is going to be the major difference. If South are to win, you're looking at Mick South's better players today. Who needs a big game for them?
It's going to need to be a team effort. So Brereton and Fallon down back, controlling play, controlling possession. If they can hit up their 45s and open up the far side of the ground to enable their forward line plenty of space to move into, that will go a long way towards them winning. And up forward, it's got to go through the hands of Brock Harvey, doesn't it? Their leading goal kicker. We know Johnny Hunter, our man here. He's a big fan of Brock Harvey. He's got the badges going on today. Personally signed by Mr. Harvey as well.
It's on in the middle.
It is on in the middle. Both teams tried to run through each other, and it's on.
Game hasn't even started, and there's already a bit of argy-bargy going on here. There's about 4 or 5 spot fires here. What's going on out here?
Well, the umpire can't start because you can only have a certain amount of players in the middle for the first bounce, and we've got everyone in there for a bit of a wrestle.
That is really bizarre. I don't think I've ever seen a game the game hasn't even started yet. So I was just about to say, I've got a feeling a big call today. Alexander Smith-Ralph will kick a few goals today. I reckon he's in for a day. When James Frawley's in, he tends to have a big day. So Smith-Ralph for me to be a key factor for South Bendigo. Live, local, fresh finals footy brought to you by Keezer, Physio, Rehab and Strength Bendigo. To get us underway from Tannery Lane, the elimination final, here's Mick Delaney.
It's going to be Lockwood and Carnell in the ruck. Crisp deep forward for South Bendigo. Carnell up over the top. Johnson running onto it. Brushes off his opponent in Lockwood. Lockwood with a second chance. Taps it forward. No one able to take clean possession. Harker with a quick kick out of congestion. Goes to absolutely nowhere. Umpire says free kick. Of
Gisborne for holding without the footy.
Gisborne's free kick.
It'll be taken by Will Elliott. Will Elliott handballs off Dill Johnson on the left. It's a low ball inside forward 50. At the ankles of McKenna. McKenna fires it forward, snapping around the body towards goal. Be Merritt. Falls short. Marked by South Bendigo on the last line of defence by Will Allen.
Allen now looking to switch the ball. Does so. into the hands of Brereton. He's been good since coming back. Brereton lowers the eyes into the hands of Haddo. Haddo's going to need to have a big day today if South are within a chance of winning. He looks up, goes long down the line of the wing in the Lockwood direction. Good hands, takes a good grab out in front of Carnell.
So Lockwood has it. He looks central. Short pass was good. Finds Haddo. Haddo gets the run of Brereton. Brereton then fires it forward to Horbury. Straight through the middle they go. Horbury sends inside. Come and knock it towards the boundary line. Hares down there for the Bloods. And the Dogs will happily see it over for a boundary throw in.
Nice ball moving from South there. Prepared to use the corridor. Handball receive. Running forward. Good movement.
Frankie Shapano that was happy to see it over. So Lockwood will go up in the ruck for South Bendigo. Gets to the front. Wins the tap down to the bottom of the pack. No one able to get real any clean possession. Frawley in there. Nitschke. Handball to a teammate who's tackled straight away, and we'll have a ball up just inside forward 50.
Good start here by South Bendigo. Inside forward 50, ball up. Carnell, Crisp taking the ruck. Crisp takes it out of the ruck, looks to give a handball off to Fallon. Fallon's immediately tackled by two Gisborne players. We'll have a ball up. It's very testy here early on, Metro.
It is. Yeah, so Crisp is playing deep, so it looks like he's doing the ruck work in the forward 50.
Crisp now, Carnell, Crisp up over the top, unable to find his teammate. Benaki sharks the ruck. Fallon, though, in behind the ball, takes the grab, swings onto the left, lowers the eyes. Carnell with the fist. Benaki gets the roving. He kicks it, does well, and onto the chest of Clough.
Clough takes the mark across half back for the Dogs. He looks central. It's rather dangerous, but the mark's been taken here. They can swing it wide. Adam Brand Castellanos kick out towards the captain Vescovi, so they've switched from one side of the ground to the other. At the Sheepwash Creek end of the ground at the moment, the Dogs, which is the end the Bloods are attacking in this opening quarter. Far side, scoreboard wing. Vescovi's forced us to dump the kick down the line. And I think it's gone out of bounds for a boundary throw in, almost underneath the scoreboard. 2.5 minutes played in the opening quarter. Both teams have been inside forward 50, but there's been no score.
No score just yet. Vescovi with a bit of an unforced error there. Ball goes out of bounds. Carnell and Lockwood 60 metres out from the South Bendigo goal. Lockwood down into congestion. No one able to get clean hands up off the deck. Harker gets tackled immediately. We'll have a ball up. Bit tongue-tied there. It's fierce early on.
It is, yeah.
Lockwood up over the top. He's got some hops. Well roved there by Gisborne. Johnson now, quick kick forward. One-on-one, Horbury here against his opponent. It'll be a Gisborne free kick. It'll go the way of Merritt.
So Merritt's got it. They'll take the advantage, the Dogs. They'll send one up towards the top of the 50. Umpire's whistle downfield free kick, is it?
It is.
Yep. So Clough's got it. He'll chip into the pocket. McKenna's on a hard lead. McKenna marks it in the pocket and 50, which will take him to the goal square. So Pat McKenna will kick the first goal of the day. And Gisborne will get off to a flying start. 4 minutes into this one. McKenna slots the goal. Score sponsor Don Smallgoods. Gisborne 1 straight 6, no score. South Bendigo. Score sponsor Bendigo City Framers. Father Jackson Saunders is down on the boundary with us this afternoon. Good afternoon, Father Jackson. And what's the conditions like down there?
Great to be with you, thanks, Cam. It's a 19-degree temperature at the moment. Bit of a breeze going across the ground from the town end to the Strathfield Say end. So good crowd and quite a lot of spirit to a ground level as James Gray comes back onto the ground for Gisborne. He's a handy star of this Bulldogs outfit.
Some would say that goal was against the run of play.
Well, two undisciplined acts, 2 free kicks in a row, just handed them the goal.
That's right. Lockwood now against Carnell, back at it. Lockwood, impressive with his leaping ability. Benaki roves straight into the hands of Brand Catasano. He's kick forward, another free kick. Will Allen with the late bump, and it'll be a set shot on goal for Pat McKenna. He'll look for his second.
That actually wasn't that late of a kick there. I mean, the bump wasn't that late. It was just as he was kicking. But because of all these spot fires that are happening, the umpires are looking to take control. It's got to be really smart. It's all right to start the fights, but then once you get playing football, you just got to be really smart with the way you use your aggression to the contest. And South is just getting it a little bit wrong at the moment. That's 3 downfield free kicks in 5 minutes.
McKenna now looking to kick the goal, 35 out, directly in front. The Bloods, no score. Our score sponsor, Bendigo City Framers. Fresh local footy play on the B. It's Fresh Live.
Dylan Johnston from Gisborne was the player at the bottom of that little disagreement between players from both sides.
Father Jackson Saunders down at ground level. Horbury brings the short pass into Fallon. Fallon will go down the line. It was a kick that really made his defenders work, so Gisborne turned the ball over, ends up with Werner. Werner's kick was shallow, intercept mark for the Bloods. Quick handball forward by Fallon, off to Haddo. Haddo goes out towards Tom Burton. Burton chips the short pass into the middle, taken by Sims. This is good ball movement from the Bloods. Sims sends it wide in the direction of Isaiah Miller, one of the former coaches of the side. Isaiah Miller down the line. Lockwood's got some space. He's got some space to run and go. Inside forward 50. Lockwood's kick is right, perfect, and the mark has been taken by James Frawley. And he got it exactly where he wanted it, Metro, and a player of James Frawley's calibre won't drop them.
Did a pretty good job in forcing him wide to the boundary there, but what a delivery, what kick from Lockwood there, just to the sure hands of Frawley. Not much Friscovi could do about that.
He'll have to kick it from about 35 metres and he'll be hard up against the boundary, so not a tough kick from the scoreboard side pocket here. Frawley comes in. Can he get his Bloods firing? It goes goalwards. It starts straight. It stays straight through for a minor score to the near side. So the Bloods get their first score. It's an imperfection. They're one behind. The Dogs are 1-1-7. Early stages of the opening quarter here, the elimination final from Tannery Lane and Strathfield Say.
Lockwood, being a 17-year-old, one of the more impressive prospects we have running through the senior program here in Bendigo footy. Flynn Lakey takes the kick from half back. They look long down the line. Fallon, though, with another intercept mark on the wing right in front of our caller's box here at Tannery Lane. Beautiful spot we've got the caller footy from here today. Fallon, partially smothered off the boot by Johnson. Down the line. Ball in dispute. No one able to get a clean possession out. The ball falls out of bounds. We'll have a throw in.
Of course, we are set up here in the coach's box here at Tannery Lane. The coach of the Strath Storm behind us watching on. Of course, the Storm will play the winner of this game on Sunday next week. We'll speak of Jeff Andrews there. The Dogs and the Bloods looking to keep their season alive. It's the Gisborne Bulldogs who have got the early start here. Tapping it down. Picked up by Lakey. He was tackled as he got possession. Dropped it. Umpire said free kick. It's taken by Will McCaig. He sends it to the goal square. McCaig might have been dealt with after he kicked it. And we're going to get another downfield free kick and another spot fire.
Yeah, it's gone in favour of South this time with the ill discipline from Gisborne. There's a fair bit going on out there, this little bit of niggle. The goal has been kicked there, by the way.
We'll cross to Father Jackson Saunders at ground level. What's going on down there? Frawley kicked the goal.
Well, Jed Dennehy was the first I noticed from Gisborne involved in the various disagreements that are taking place. There's lots of spot fires. Metro put it well, and Cohen Harker has perhaps just given away a free kick there.
Looks like it might go the way of South Bendigo if the way the umpire was pointing.
It's hard to tell. I think he said back in the centre. Yeah. You wouldn't know. Wait and see. It's like the old days. Someone just put one on someone's chin and be done with it, and we'll get on with football.
It's not 30 years ago, Metro.
Jeez, I don't know if you can do that nowadays. You might end up with a little bit of a holiday, but it's
Gisborne free kick.
It was against Cohen Harker across half back from South Bendigo.
Good pick up. Merritt now with the ball into the hands of Thomas Werner. He looks to go laterally, finds Brancatisano by himself. Eyes up, looks for a short target, hits his target. Shane Clough with the ball, 45 out. He looks to lower the eyes, does so, and hits Dominic Sullivan 40 metres out, almost hard up against the boundary line.
That was just take them, but it's left him in a difficult spot for a shot.
Sullivan out, crosses the paint of 50, tough angle, looks by Sullivan. The Dogs 113, the Bloods 117. Our score sponsor, Don Smallgoods, is Don is good. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
South defended pretty well there, forced them wide and up high on the 50, so it was a shallow entry, but it took a great kick from Dominic Sullivan there. That was a ripper. But conditions are absolutely perfect for footy out there today, so if you've got a good skill set on you and you're a known goal kicker, you're going to be able to probably convert some of those chances today.
Alexander Smith-Ralph is going up against Jed Dennehy, and they seem to be the two most noticeable in the spot fires that have been happening in recent minutes.
There's a match-up to keep an eye on down there. Lockwood going up in the ruck. He's got a bit of a height advantage in the ruck here, doesn't he, Metro?
He does. It's funny. Personally, I'd love to see him at centre half forward, using that mobility and having Crisp in the ruck as a big body.
Do you reckon that's where he rests?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
He's just got that X factor, his leap and at the football, and mobility would be a huge asset on that half forward line.
So it's Matty Merritt that's rucking for the Gisborne here. 11 minutes into this one, the Dogs lead it by 1 goal. Knocked down in the Harker direction, picked it up cleanly, tried to send the handball out wide, missed its target, turnover for the Dogs. Lakey across half back, handball to himself. It wasn't intentional, but it worked out okay. Finds its way to Vescovi. Vescovi goes with a kick into the middle to Brancastiano, who was pounced upon straight away by Tommy Burton. And a terrific tackle by Burton is rewarded with a ball up. 55 out from goal. Umpire will quickly ball the ball back up. Lockwood first hands to it. Haddo sharked it. Sent it inside forward 50 for the Bloods. Need someone to get on the end of it. It bounced rather awkwardly. It's just killed by Dennehy with a punching ball in the direction of Vescovi. Lakey got there first. Nice kick down the line. Went looking for Clough. It gets over the back. It'll be picked up here by Hannon for the Dogs. They're just working it forward, not cleanly, but enough to keep the ball in movement. Now they turn it over, and Nitschke's got it for the Bloods.
Nitschke high across the half-forward line. Turnover into the hands of Bryant. Bryant looks to play on straight away. He does. Lowers the eyes. Brancatisano on the wing by himself. He's been busy early. Brancatisano and Lakey. Brancatisano inside to Dennehy. Dennehy looks wide. Finds Bryant again. Couple of touches in the last 10 seconds. He looks wide again. Finds Werner. Werner all by himself. Lowers the eyes. Good intercept mark there by Brereton. Flies across the pack and takes a good grab.
Been a handy inclusion back into the South Bendigo side. Play the first half of the year. Terrific player last year. Wasn't going to play it all this year. South Bendigo went to White Hills, won a couple of premierships, and now he's back at the Bloods. Short pass good to Harker. He needs a big game today as well, does Cohen Harker. Short pass, nice. Zach Hare found himself in some space, the captain of this Bloods lineup. Hasn't got much to go to down the line. He's going to be forced to go and switch the kick right across. Rather dangerous. It will work out okay to Davis. This is Alex Davis. Inboard. Went looking for its intended target, English. Couldn't quite take the mark. Hit the bottom of the pack. They all dive around it. Horbury keeps the ball moving for the Bloods. Fed it out wide. Gave it to English. English will send it inside forward 50. Frawley comes out at a hard lead. And it was just shallow of the 50, the kick, and it goes off hands for a boundary throw in the right-hand forward pocket at the Sheepwash Creek end of the ground. 13.5 minutes into this one, it is Gisborne leading by 1 goal.
See there, Vescovi sitting 10 metres in front of Frawley and just trying to work the angle, cut off.
Love the way he plays the game, Vescovi. Ball gets thrown in. Merritt wins it down this time in front of Lockwood. No real winner of the ball. Nitschke, quick hands up to no one in particular. Lakey's been very busy early on. Hands up off the deck. Over to Merritt. Merritt across to Johnson. He's out. Left foot kick down the line. Finds Sullivan. Sullivan now looks to turn and go. Comes towards the middle of the ground. Finds the target in Werner. Is he able to mark it? No. Over the top. Crisp with the punch. Horbury now. Kicks long down the line to a one-on-one. No one in particular. Takes the mark. It is a ball in dispute. Mark claimed by Gisborne, but umpire says no, it was touched. Give the ball to me, I'll ball it up.
You see them paid a bit, but yeah, in fairness, it was probably off both hands.
Yeah, Will Elliott thought he had a good piece of it. Uncontested in the ruck, they knock it out wide to the Dogs. Now they can get the run over the top. The kick was a potential handball that made it work a little bit harder there for Harrison Bryant, who was tackled as soon as he picked up the footy. And we'll have a ball up centre wing position right in front of us. It's a healthy crowd in here at Tannery Lane this afternoon as well. Crisp uncontested in the ruck, knocked it down to Harker, gets some separation on the right, sends it inside forward 50, kick bounced at Vescovi's feet. It was shoved underneath it by Frawley and it hits the bottom of the pack. We'll have a ball up just inside forward 50. Of course, that shove was all fair and legal. It's a good contest between those two this afternoon.
Yeah, it is good to see Frawley those second efforts too. Ball up to no one in particular. Frawley looks to come through. Nitschke kicks the ball off the ground, picks it up himself. He's tackled immediately by the Gisborne player. Umpire says it's a free kick. Nitschke.
Stiff there, the Gisborne player, would have thought.
So umpire indicates high tackle. You heard from my learned colleague beside me, Metro. Bit stiff. But Nitschke, he'll have a set shot on goal. About 40 metres out, on the boundary line. He walks in, very deliberate. kicks to the top of the square. We'll have the Flyers go up. Oh, good grab there in defence. That was Merritt down back.
Sends the kick out wide. Hannon has it for the Dogs in defence. They'll be forced to switch it back to the other side of the ground. Dylan Johnson got paid the mark, but he dropped it, but the umpire had already blown his whistle. Had time to recover either way. Runs down, gives the handball to Thomas. Thomas's short pass was good. Finds Lockie Evans across half back for the Dogs. Evans has it. The Bloods are set up pretty well behind the footy here, Metro.
They are, yeah.
Short pass was good. Mark taken here. Looking to try and find some space, and they're just not getting any of it. Sullivan's forced to send it backwards in the direction of his captain, Vescovi. And they're just having to hold the footy at the moment here, the Dogs.
They really want to try to bring the ball through the middle of the ground. Nothing's opening up for them.
Vescovi's handball wasn't great, but the Dogs might make it work out okay. He gets it back, so a good second effort at least to recover from his original mistake. Sends it to a 2-on-1, but the one was good and able to take the mark. Brant Castellano fires the handball forward. Hannon got a bad bounce. Hair back there for the Bloods. Gave it off. Will Allen dropped a ball that he ordinarily should have taken. He gets a second look at it and does a little bit better. Horbury out wide to English, and now the Bloods can send it down the scoreboard side wing.
English to the far wing where Hare takes the grab. He looks to come back inside to Horbury. They'll look to go centrally. They do so. Jasper Langley with the mark. He switches the ball to Allen. Allen looks to come to right in front of us. Sam Langley takes the grab. We've had about 7 touches and we've moved the ball all of about 10 metres forward. Langley now down the line looking for Harker. Does so. He looks to play on. Sullivan steals the ball off him. Into the hands of Hannon. Hannon looks to go into the middle. It's a 50-50. Well done there by Nitschke. He gets the ball to Fallon. Fallon back to Miller. Miller to the far side where Hare takes the ball.
They're away now, the Bloods. They work that ball well. Hare sends it down the line and all sorts of space as Haddo gets possession, runs 5 metres, sends it inside forward 50. No mark taken there. It's knocked to ground. Smith Rolfe was the intended target. The Dogs have got the numbers in defence and can recover. Short pass to Sullivan. He marks it in defence. And he'll slow things down, Sullivan. Looks up, sees Flynn Lakey 20 metres further forward. He hits him. Lakey will be sending it out wide. Now the Dogs will have to try and work it through the middle. Sullivan again. Went looking for Dennehy. Might have got a shove under it by Langley. Umpire said no. Harker back there for the Bloods. Sends it wide in the direction of English. English's kick was smothered. A good smother, and the ball tracked towards the boundary line. They keep it alive in there. Ryan Burke's down there for the Dogs. Gave it off to McKenna inside forward 50. Dennehy could have marked it, but he let it bounce, and he'll stroll into an open goal. Zach Dennehy slots the Dogs third. And they move to 3-1-19. South Bendigo 1-1-7 as we approach quarter time in the elimination final. Score sponsor, Jason Westcott Builder.
Yeah, just on the back of turnover there, scoring, ball going the other way. It's hard to defend that at times. I feel like South have probably had the better of the possession of the footy. Just on the turnover there, they got caught out with it going the other way. As the players continue to have a little bit of a push and shove, they obviously don't know each other well enough yet. But does put the Dogs 2 goals up.
Not yet. Crisp into the ruck. He gets the ball, kicks it forward quickly into the path there of Smith Ralphs. He's not able to get the ball cleanly up off the ground. Brant Catasano, he's been very busy early on. Goes long down the line, a good 55-metre kick. Clough unable to take the grab. And again, it's Dennehy lowers the eyes, finds his teammate in Sullivan. He's taken 5 or 6 grabs already today, Metro. Looking for one for him.
Did he kick one earlier? That one,
he kicked
set
the one
shot
from the pocket.
Oh, he did too.
Unselfish, just off to McKenna there, and would have 15. But, he's been down on the back flank doing some work as well.
He's been pushing up the ground well, hasn't he? Given them an option to hit up. But McKenna now looking for his second of the day. He's kicked plenty of goals this year, the Ron Best medalist. You'd back him in from here. Crosses the paint of 50. He'll kick it from about 35 out. 45-degree angle. A little bit. But he says that's a goal. 4-1-25 for the Dogs. 1-1-7 are the Bloods. Our score sponsor, Jason Westcott Builder. Local footy, the place you want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Yeah, maybe now just starting to settle a little bit in the game after those early skirmishes where they're feeling each other out physically. But now that dissipates and it comes down to football. Decision with ball in hand. both teams are persisting to try and force the issue through the middle, which if you don't get it right, you're going to get scored against. But I would have thought today might be more of a let's swing it wide, switching the ball and run and carry sort of day, but they don't want to do it.
Chris went up in the ruck against Carnell. It's one for the Bloods. They'll get the clearance. They'll send it in the Frawley direction. Frawley couldn't quite take the mark. It spills out wide. Picked up in a strong tackle, Zach Vescovi. And the Bloods player there was just looking to fire out a handball, and he couldn't get away. Smith Ralph. Vescovi got him in a terrific tackle. If that's how you want to teach the kids to tackle, just have a look at that one. Chris stole it out of the ruck, gives it off to Harker. Harker will stream to 50. He launches towards the goal. It's across the face. But a minor score for the Bloods from Cohen Harker. 1-2-8 the Bloods, 4-1-25 the Dogs. 22 minutes into the opening quarter of the elimination final.
Lovely stoppage work there from South. You've noticed as Cripps has gone to the middle, he wants to grab the ball every time. He's actually not looking to tap the ball. He's really looking at taking possession.
He's looking to use that size difference with Carnell in there. Spot on. So Vescovi will look to bring the ball in from half-back. Almost 22 minutes gone. He lowers the eyes. Finds Lachlan Evans. He's got nowhere really to go, just taking his time. He goes, yep, I'll give it back to the captain, improve my chances of getting selected next week if we move on. Vescovi now. Short again. Into the hands of Rogers, who was late in today. Luxmore being the out. Nowhere really to go here. There's no movement forward of the ball. So Rogers goes long down the line. Dennehy over the top. Umpire says, we thought that went out of bounds, but it didn't. He says, ball up.
So that's the role that Luxmore's been playing, up high on the wing. They don't have that at the moment, Gisborne.
So Hare unable to take the ball out of stoppage. Harker, quick kick forward. Great mark there. Will Allen leading out, just playing in front of his opponent. And to say this is needed for the Bloods, it's an understatement.
I reckon it's Nishki.
Oh, Nishki,
Nishki,
yes,
is it?
Yes. Yeah, oh, for sure. Like I said, in general play, there's not a lot in it. It's just Dogs' ability to score has just got their noses in front here. But where the damage is being done is midfield. Harker is getting right on top at the stoppages at the moment.
As Nitschke lines it up straight over the top of the goal umpire's hat. 2-2-14 plays 4-1-25. The Dogs are up by 11 points. Our score sponsor, Bendigo City Framers, local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
So we have Adam Brastis. How do we pronounce
Brand Catasano.
Brad, that's the
that
fella.
one.
That one. He's doing all the damage with run and carry for Gisborne, but at actual stoppage, we have Harker just getting the ball continually from stoppage and just whacking it forward. And that way, the forward is in front position, fell on his arms, gave him an opportunity to go. Umpire
Carter throws the ball up in the air. Chris got first hands to it. Harker tracks after it, couldn't quite grab it. It's handballed out nicely for the Bloods. They get some space through Haddo. Haddo goes further wide to Miller. Miller sends it inside forward 50. A low diving mark. Is it paid? I reckon it might have been paid. The umpire out of scene called that one, and Sam Langley has taken the mark just inside forward 50. He's going to pass it off to the top of the goal square, but the kick was not great for Lockwood. It went over the head of Vescovi. Couldn't quite take the mark. It spills to ground level, and we'll have a ball up. I'd like to have nearly seen the young fella have a set shot from there, I reckon, Mick.
Yeah, it might have been just a bit out of his range.
Ball up inside the forward pocket. Bloods in attack. Sheepwash Creek end of the ground. Flying over the top in the ruck to hit out there was Carnell. And it hits for another ball up. Ball didn't move off that stoppage, so see if you can get us out of here, Mick.
Flynn Lakey's been busy early on.
Yeah, no, he's been around the ball a lot.
Lockwood up over the top, takes the ball out of the ruck contest, unable to get a quick, clean kick. Gisborne, however, bang it forward. The mark is dropped by Jack English, a genuine 50-50 here, ball on the ground. The ball spills out of bounds. 55 out from the south goal. As you guessed it, we've got another skirmish going on. So 55 out from the South Bendigo goal. A quick kick, a goal here before quarter time will do them the world of good. Gisborne looking to hold on to their 11-point lead. Umpire throws it in. Carnell and Chris. Chris down to the front. Lakey, though, sharks that ruck contest. Ball in dispute into the path of the South Bendigo player. Over the top to Haddo. Haddo to Harker. He brushes one off into the middle. Langley, sidestep, banana, goal! 3-2-20 plays the Dogs 4-1-25, our score sponsor. Bendigo Bearings, fresh footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Oh, Bendigo Bearings, great plug there. Good fellas work down at that place, I've heard. That was great run and carry then from South. Just that the red tsunami run, surge forward. Harker took on the tackler, just pushed him aside with ease and was able to dish off to a running player that was there in support.
Harker's almost been the best player on the ground for my mind at the moment, Mick.
He's been pretty good. Harker for the Bloods, Lakey for the Dogs so far.
He's just gone to full forward now, Harker.
Dylan Johnston and Zayden Lockwood, they're both going to be in this centre bounce contest, but both of them, some friendly bumps, let's just say that, as they prepare for this next contest.
I reckon that's the third South Bendigo player that you've paired up with Dylan Johnson today. He might be causing some issues for him down there, Father Jackson, as the Bloods knock the ball forward. They'll go straight out of the middle again, taken away by the coach. He flames it inside forward 50, into the pocket. No mark taken off hands for a boundary throw-in left-hand forward pocket.
Who are you alluding to that works at Bendigo Bearings?
Yeah, I might show up. I don't know about work, but I show up.
So we'll get a throw in the left-hand forward pocket. Well, they say the best type of promotion is self-promotion, don't they, Metro?
Definitely.
We'll get a throw in and another stoppage. There's a lot of stoppages in this game.
Oh, the early fatigue will be setting in. It's quite warm out there.
Oh, there's push and shove again going on down there. These two teams really do not like each other at the moment. Knock forward. Langley went after it again. He couldn't quite take it. Johnson emerges with it for the Dogs. He'll slam it into the middle of Tannery Lane here, but it's only as far as Nathan Horbury.
Horbury now just looking to slow the pace down a little bit. The switch kick comes off. Alex Davis, often given the big jobs, into the path of Langley. He's been good the last 10 minutes. Langley now into the hands of Brereton. He looks to take on three Gisborne players, gets a quick handball up to Horbury. Horbury brushes one off, brushes two. The third one, though, cannot do that. Holding the ball, free kick, Shane Clough.
Clough's one player you wouldn't want to take on in a contest, I don't reckon. Nice bit of size about him, a very mobile midfielder as well, Shane Clough. Lakey almost slipped over backwards as he kicked the footy then, but it worked out okay to Sullivan. Gave it off to Clough. Got time and space, and it's a lovely kick to hit the top of the 50. Mark taken here by Matt Merritt. He's just waiting for someone to get back inside forward 50. McKenna offers a lead, but there's three South Bendigo players in his way. Merritt swings out like he's going to kick, dishes off the handball, gets it back to Merritt. Then he tried to go another handball to Gray. That looked like it had to be a little bit too cute. Sometimes footballers overthink things, Mick, and I think that's exactly what that was. The Bloods have cleared it out. Elliott's intercepted.
Or they just don't think at all. Elliott now looks inboard, finds Harry Thomas. Plenty of people in front of where Thomas has got the ball. He looks to go long inside forward 50. Unable to take the grab was Johnson. McKenna up off the ground. Handball back. Harrison Bryant back into the pocket. Merritt looks to centre the ball. Good intercept mark. No, not quite there by Fallon. Fallon back to Horbury. He goes one way, then the other. Quick kick. All Gisborne here, however. Langley does a good job punching that to ground. Up over the top was Sullivan. Ball in dispute. Free kick, however. Bryant was collected high. Probably a little bit outside his range, but about 50 metres out, Cam.
Yeah, the non-official umpires come charging in here too. Has he seen something?
No, I think it was just a nice solid bump. I don't think there's too much in that. Didn't look overly high.
So it'll be a free kick here for Harrison Bryant. Being 29 minutes into the quarter, he wouldn't forgive him for having a shot. He passes off to Sullivan, who chips it further forward because his kick wasn't 15 metres. Turnover for the Bloods. Kick by Burton was smothered. Ball hits the bottom of the pack. Charging in, putting his head over the footy and getting caught high will be James Gray, I reckon. Put his head over it. And he's going to get rewarded 45 out. Not too much of an angle to deal with heading to the club room's end of the ground. And there's that siren that I just mentioned. So it'll be a kick for goal after the siren. And a chance for James Gray, the Footscray VFL listed player. Missed a lot of footy to the back half of the year through a shoulder injury. But he's out there for Gisborne. Umpire Carter is letting him know where his line is. And I'll step over that as you know now. We'll have to kick this one all of 5 metres. Slightly to the right of goals. James Gray comes in after the siren for quarter time, puts it across the face, and it stays across the face. So that'll be quarter time. It will be Gisborne leading 4-2-26 to South Bendigo 3-2-20. A 1-goal lead at quarter time. And what's going on here? It's more push and shove. You wouldn't read about it, Metro.
It is. It's just like Friday night at the local Deb. There's a lot of waltzing going on, hand-holding out there.
Father Jackson Saunders, you're down at ground level. A lot of push and shove in this game. What's the mood at the benches at the moment?
Well, it's pretty calm, which is good to see, actually, because you wouldn't want this to become bigger than it needs to be, and it's dissipating as we speak. So, obviously, there's finals still to be played in the coming weeks. In fact, a South Bendigo official and some Gisborne officials now a bit angry with each other, and a cool, calm and collected South Bendigo official has saved something becoming quite ugly. So that is good. Common sense has prevailed, but an interesting first term, that's for sure.
Yeah, a lot going on out there, so there'll be plenty more to come. It is quarter time. It is the Gisborne Bulldogs leading by 1 goal in finals footy, elimination finals footy. Local footy, the place you want to...
You know what's better than a big 4 bank?
A bank that's bigger. For me. Bigger. For what matters most.
Millions of Aussies know that Bendigo Bank is bigger for them.
And we're bigger for you.
Bendigo Bank, the better big bank.
My name is Daniel Bowman. I'm a cladding supplier. The company name is Architectural Cladding Supplies. We manufacture, produce basically any cladding sort of available that can be rolled out of a soft feed ColourBond material. We target roofers, cladders, builders, really anyone that wants to sort of get involved with this type of cladding. We try to be a bit of a one-stop type roofing shop. We have all of them and some that the others don't have. We educate people how it's done and we sort of get it out there and make it happen.
G'day everyone, I'm the Suburban Footballer and I'm here to tell you to download the Local Footy Hub app. Inside this one-stop app, you will find live scores, fixtures, ladders, leading goal kickers and best players, game replays and highlights, latest news, player and coach interviews, shows, podcasts, and full team and player statistics. Actually, can I stop you just there for a sec? It says for all your team and individual stats. Like, just for argument's sake, if someone at my work got on the app, could they see how many possessions I'd had the week before? Oh, they can. Oh, I reckon, like, do you really need that? Footy's a team sport. Who cares about individual statistics? I reckon the rest of the app is great, can't fault it. But just get rid of that individual statistics bit. I mean, who cares? Download the Local Footy Hub app. Everything you need, all in one app, including individual stats.
Are you looking to promote your business? This could be a great way to reach the local footy community. How do we get your name out there? We can provide banner and native advertising in our news feeds and socials, reaching thousands of people every week. We can run video ads before every game replay that gets watched by thousands of people each week. We can run promotional videos like this one about your business during quarter time breaks for all of our live stream games. Contact us now to find out how you can book a trial.
They refill or exchange barbecue and camping cylinders and have a range of lubricants and greases. Steve Barty is a local bloke and has serviced Castlemaine and surrounding districts for over 40 years. For great service and competitive prices, contact Fresh sponsor Steve and the team on 5472 1262 or info@stevebartygas.com.au.
Here is the picture. Picture Art Plus and Bendigo City Framers are now one business that offers you even greater opportunities. Enjoy the same fantastic staff and service that bring your innovative designs to life. You can frame your memories or explore other stunning artwork, plus wall art, framing options and convenient parking right at the door. Fresh sponsor, location at 80A Garsed Street, Bendigo, on the corner of Arthur Street. Got the picture?
Bendigo business sponsor.
Bendigo bearings, we'll keep you rolling. Go, Bendigo bearings, we'll keep you rolling. If you're in a fix, we'll get you rolling quick. You can rely on us, we're the people we trust. Go, Bendigo
Discover everything you need at fresh sponsor Rural and Outdoors Castlemaine. They stock a huge range of outdoor power equipment from all your favourite brands. Prospecting and metal detecting supplies, water tanks, pumps, pet produce, stock feeds, animal health products and so much more. Equipment in need of repairs? Their qualified and experienced technicians have you covered for all your servicing and repair needs. Rural and Outdoors, 21 Elizabeth Street, Castlemaine. Experience the difference.
Sponsor more live Bendigo football. And now it's time to fire up delicious Don Footy Franks. They're made for the footy. Is Don, is good.
It's the place we want to be. More local football. And it's time to go back to the home ground on Bendigo's Fresh FM. Go local, go. Local footy, more local. Let's go. Fresh, let's go.
Elimination finals footy. It is thanks to Keezer, Physio, Rehab and Strength Bendigo, South Bendigo and Gisborne. It is Gisborne leading by 1 goal. Father Jackson Saunders is at ground level with the South Bendigo coach, Troy Coates.
So I'm here with Troy Coates, who's just giving a last-minute instruction, so I'll grab him in a second. He's just making some instructions, talking to Zach Hare, his captain. So, Troy, what did you make of that first term?
We obviously, we knew what they were going to do. They're going to come out and try and knock our boys around, and our boys stood up for each other, and a couple of questionable free kicks there where blokes are, trying to stand up for their mate, and we've bounced back, and to get within 6 points, we're looking forward to this quarter.
All the best for the rest of the game.
Second quarter about to kick off here at Tannery Lane. The Dogs 4-2-26, the Bloods 3-2-20. Keezer, Bendigo, Physio, Rehab, Strength. Second quarter with Camp Power.
South Bendigo and Gisborne, a very, very heated first quarter, and it's a goal the difference. Benaki takes it out of the middle, he charges forward, fends off a tackle, runs his distance and sends an absolute shocking kick. And it's gone out of bounds. You could almost class that as an insufficient intent without it actually being insufficient intent, but it was a shocker off the side of the boot.
Just high pressure, trying to get separation from his opponent. He couldn't quite get, which would be Rustbridge there. Looks like he's living in his pocket at the moment.
Frawley, Nitschke, Langley, the goal kickers for the Bloods. McKenna, 2 for the Dogs, with Sullivan and Zach Dennehy, the other 2 goal kickers for Gisborne in that opening quarter. It's a good battle out here at the moment. This has got the shaping of being a game that's going to go right to the wire, I reckon, today, Mick.
Yeah, absolutely. Lockwood out of the ruck. No one able to take clean possession. Nitschke tries to knock the ball out in front of him. Lakey back onto the ball. Rustbridge, he's done a good job on Benaki so far. Umpire says, let's pull it up. Right in front of us, 4-2-26. The Bloods, 3-2-20.
Quarter time score on the Loddon Valley Football League 2. It's Inglewood and Morong, locked on 2-2-14 apiece at the first change.
Carnell out of the ruck, down the Hammond in front of us. Johnson gets the handball on the left foot, looks to send the ball inside forward 50. Isaiah Miller over the top with the punch. Umpire says free kick to Gisborne.
Shepherding.
So it'll be a Gisborne free kick right on the paint of the 50. It'll go the way of Dennehy of the Dogs. Has he got the distance in him, Metro?
Is he crafty enough to use the stand rule to his advantage? Maybe by that extra couple metres he needs.
So the man on the mark is on the paint of 50. Dennehy runs around. That's a big right leg. It goes right to the tip of the goal square. Up over the top is Allen. Knocks it down to Horbury. Horbury out to the far side and into the hands of Will McCaig.
McCaig's got it for South Bendigo. He'll go short. Mark taken. Handball off and gets it back to McKay. Goes on the run. Into the middle there. Handball's off to Hayden Geddes. Haven't called his name yet today in that opening quarter. Geddes' kick was not great. Into the middle of the ground. Gisborne turn it over. Now they've got some space to emerge with the footy. It's Flynn Lakey. Runs his distance. Sends it inside forward 50. Sullivan caught behind. The Bloods held their line nicely. Knocked it down. No one able to really take any clean possession out of that one. Geddes' handball was good to Burton. Burton to McCaig. McCaig then drew a man in to give it back to Burton, who sent a little worm-burning dribbling kick down the line, but it's Gisborne there. They turn it over. Harry Thomas emerges with the footy. He got it from Lakey. Thomas's kick just short of Ryan Burke, but it works out okay for the Dogs. Dennehy gets it off to Benaki, who's caught. Terrific tackling by the Bloods, and it will not be rewarded by umpire Carter, though. Father Jackson, at quarter time, you were at the South Bendigo huddle. What was the mood from Troy Coates and what was his messaging?
Yes, well, he was frustrated with the way in which Gisborne are attacking, and sort of dirty tactics, I guess you'd say, and some language used that I can't repeat on air.
Interesting. Fallon, though, with the ball, taps it towards the boundary line to his opponent, his teammate, rather, who was pushed into the fence.
Interesting assessment. As a neutral up here looking, I just thought it was a bit from both sides going on. I couldn't really see an aggressor of either side.
It's just a tough game of footy, you're right. As we see, Dennehy and Lockwood in the ruck. Lockwood knocks it down. Benaki grabs the ball, immediately tackled again by Rusbridge. Metro, he's playing a ripper game, is Rusbridge so far, limiting Benaki's influence.
Look, he is. He's out of his weight division there, but he's doing everything he possibly can to make life hard.
Handball's off to Horbury. Horbury's kick was good. Mark taken underneath the scoreboard, and they'll emerge further forward through Burton, who's been good. He's kicked down the line. Well read by Jed Dennehy for the Dogs, intercepting the grab. Looks up. Just going to be forced to kick it straight down the line. He does. It's not a great kick at all. It just wobbles its way inside 450. And Will Allen was standing there minding his own business. And he takes an uncontested mark in defence.
Allen now, back to Fallon. Got a big left shoe on him. Looks to go long down the line. And your man, Jed Dennehy, Cam, takes the intercept mark. 2 intercept marks in a minute. Right over on the far wing in front of the scoreboard. Dennehy looks to come middle, nowhere to go. Puts it into the path of McKenna. No dice, punched out of bounds by South Bendigo. And we'll have a ball in, 55 out from Gisborne's goal. Scores haven't changed, still Gisborne by a goal.
I listened to Rob Waters, the Gisborne coach, briefly too at the quarter-time huddle. He wants his Bulldogs players to keep the pressure up and also to lower their eyes as they press forward to make the most of opportunities on the attack.
A lot riding in this game. For South Bendigo, it could be the end of their season. For Gisborne, it will be the end of an era. Hopefully, for their sake, it's not, but it could be their last game in Bendigo footy before they go to the Ballarat League next year. Kick down the line from South Bendigo, missed its target, which out there was Haddo, but it gets towards the boundary line for a boundary throw-in.
I feel like the skills are a little bit down today for these conditions we got. Both teams turning it over by foot quite a bit.
I was going to say, Metro, does it look like they're starting to guard the corridor a little more now?
Well, there hasn't been that urgency to go through there at the moment, has there?
You watched yesterday's game. The skills seem to be a little bit lower compared to what we saw yesterday.
At the moment, yes, but time will come.
It'll be interesting to see how this one plays out. Is it a bit more physical than yesterday's game?
No, yesterday was quite physical as well. Not as much in the way of skirmishes and wrestling off the ball, but yeah, it was definitely just as tough.
Plenty going on there. There's a lot riding on this one. Free kick, a ruck infringement there against Gisborne, so it'll go the way of Lockwood. So Lockwood's got it for the Bloods. Doesn't really like much. The ruckman gives the handball off to Fallon. Fallon's handball forward wasn't great at all. Not sure what the intention was there. Turnover for the Dogs. Inboard, Lakey finds its way into the hands of Lucas Hannon. Hannon's kick out wide was good. Taken away here by Lockie Evans. Evans' kick to Gray. Sullivan, I should say. Sullivan gets it, wheels around onto the right. He can stroll straight through the middle, send it into the McKenna direction. He's got 2 to beat. And it was well done by Will Allen to float in front and knock that ball towards the boundary line. If he didn't get there, McKenna was taking that mark and lining up for a 5th goal for Gisborne. But terrific defence, Will Allen.
Yeah, spot on. Really good play there just to block McKenna's leading lanes. But we've got a ball in 20 metres around from the Gisborne goal. It'll be Merritt and Lockwood in the ruck. Dennehy, rather, taps it straight down to his teammate. Immediately beset upon by South Bendigo. We'll have a ball up. 20 metres out from the Gisborne goal. Dennehy and Lockwood. Dennehy into the path of Benaki. Benaki unable to burst through the pack. We'll have a ball up. Another tackle there by Rusbridge.
Benaki definitely looking like the most dangerous player at these stoppages.
Doesn't he? Dennehy and Lockwood. Lockwood tries to belt it forward. Johnson grabs the ball, immediately tackled. Umpire says, you did not try and get rid of it. It'll be a free kick to Harker, who's been very busy early on.
They've been very hot on the prior opportunity today against some of these players, but at least it's been consistent. So Harker will clear it out. The only person not liking this game is our score sponsors. We haven't had a score in this quarter in 7.5 minutes. So the score is still the same as what it was at quarter time. Down the line here in the hands of Rusbridge, who's been good playing as a defensive midfield type role. Bloods can get a look at it. They haven't had too many chances inside forward 50. And that kick was lovely. And a terrific grab taken by James Frawley. Shows his experience there. He just got up over the top of Vescovi. And those old legs have still got a bit of jump in there, Metro.
They have. Vescovi did everything right. He actually took front position in the contest. and the ball just did enough to get over his head, and Frawley popped up.
I want to ask you one quick one. That was good work there by Rusbridge, making Benaki work the other way there.
It was, and I've been watching their little duel, and it's going to be interesting to see if Rusbridge has got the legs in the second half to keep doing.
So Frawley, he'll open up the angle, he'll kick it from 45, slightly on the boundary. It's going to go across the face and knock through for a minor score. Didn't quite make the distance, but that's the first score of the second quarter, and it comes at the 8.5-minute mark. 3-3-21 South Bendigo, 4-2-26 Gisborne.
Lockie Evans with the kick in. Looks to hit up Vescovi. Vescovi punched from behind by Frawley. Frawley looks inside, finds his teammate. No, he doesn't in Harker. He spills the mark into the hands of Carnell. Carnell looks to move it on quickly. It's a hot ball out there on the wing. Harrison Bryant looks to just tap the ball out in front of himself. Does a good job keeping that in. Unable to gain clear possession, though. It is now taken out by Jasper Langley of South Bendigo. So we'll have the ball in. Almost seems like it's a little wet at ground level as well, even though we've had no rain.
Not sure about that. The temperature is 21 degrees, certainly a bit damp on the surface. It's 19, but it feels like 21, so that'll test the fitness of both sides.
It'll be interesting to see if any of these players do cramp towards the back end in these conditions. Lockwood's handball was good for South. They'll send it inside forward 50, and a nice kick, and it's mark taken, 35 out, 10 in from the boundary, left-hand forward pop. And there's a chance for James Frawley again. He's already got one. Missed a couple.
If Vescovi just lost him, great vision from the South player. I'm not sure, running through the middle there with the handball receive and located him in the forward 50.
Still causing some issues in that forward line for the Gisborne defence, though, Metro.
Yeah, he's been serviceable on that target, hasn't he?
So he's going to go the snap by the looks. He's about 10 metres in from the boundary, 30 out from goal. He's going to come and snap around the body, and he's completely hit the wrong part of the footy there, and it only just floats in for a minor score. Didn't come back anywhere near as much as what he wanted it to. So he's got the only two behinds of this quarter, and the Bloods edging closer, but they still trail by 4 points.
He bellied the ball on that one, spot on, Cam. As we'll see, Brad Benaki taking the kick out. Interesting. All Gisborne players in and around the 50. He looks to lower the eyes. Finds his teammate in James Gray. He gives the handball back to Benaki. Benaki out to the far side, Lockie Evans. They clear D50 quite easily into the hands of Shane Clough. Far wing, they've moved this ball well so far. He looks to go in the way in the direction of Lakey, but a good intercept mark there by Zayden Lockwood of the Bloods.
So Lockwood's been good. Him and Chris doing a good job waxing the ruck duties for South Bendigo this afternoon. They'll send it backwards. Mark will be taken by Isaiah Miller, who's had a lot of hamstring issues this year, but he's got himself right for the back end of the year. Miller's short pass right on the defensive 50 is Jack English. So English, the former Sandhurst product, sent it in the direction of McCaig. He dropped the mark at the last second. Good strong tackle there was laid from Hannon, and it forces the ball into a turnover type situation. Through the middle go the Dogs. Good tackling from the Bloods though, and the umpire's actually pinned a free kick here for the tackle being held a little bit too long, and I reckon he might have been stiff not to get the original free kick for incorrect disposal there, but it's going to go the way of the Dogs, Metro.
It's hard when they got the ball when you grab hold of them, isn't it?
Handball to Clough, inside forward 50, the kick goes, and the mark is taken. They'll chip it even further forward. McKenna's out on a hard lead, and he marks it. On the boundary though, tough kick from here, 15 out from goal. Scoreboard side pocket at the Sheepwash Creek end of the ground here at Strathfield Says Tannery Lane.
Yeah, Gray missed that one after the siren here, and he didn't want to have a shot.
He snaps around the body, he looks to Frawley and says, well, I'm going to do the same as you do, but he kicks it to the near side this time. So the snap not playing the game for either side this afternoon. 27-22, so only minor scores in the opening 12 minutes of this second quarter so far. Score sponsor is Bendigo City Framers.
Fallon, kick out duties, off to Miller. Miller looks to give it back to Fallon, does so. He's tackled immediately. Does well to get the handball off. South Bendigo now long down the line in the direction of Harker. Lachlan Evans, though, of Gisborne. Good intercept. Not quite an intercept mark, but it'll be a ball up right on the paint of 50. South Bendigo have done well to move the ball quickly forward, but Gisborne fighting back. Ball gets thrown up. Dennehy back up over the top into the path of Johnson. He's unable to get the quick handball up. Tackled again by Zach Sims. Another ball up. Lockwood now and Dennehy. Lockwood into the Haddo direction. He's unable to get clean use of the ball. And out it'll come to Ryan Burke of the Dogs.
So Burke has it. Centre wing, nice pass. Split the middle, perfection to McKenna. McKenna wheels around on the right. The kick, well, that was lace out. And all the player had to do there, which is Werner, I reckon. Thomas Werner, who's 45 out directly in front of goal. He just had to turn. And the ball landed on his chest. And now he's going to chip into the pocket. Poor marking from the Bloods. Hasn't improved the angle, but it's increased the distance by about 10 metres. And it'll be a shot for goal here for Gisborne.
He started the chain of play here on the back flank and continued to run. I heard the coach yell out, just keep running. And he's drifted into forward 50 and being used.
That's Hannon you're talking about there, Metro.
Yes.
So Hannon's the one that's got the footy. He'll kick it from just inside the paint of 50, slightly to the left of goals. He comes in, does Hannon. It looks good off the boot. It just fades at the last second. And again, another minor. So 2 behinds each in this quarter. Still no goals. 14 minutes into the second quarter, the elimination finals. Brought to you by Gisborne Bendigo, physio, rehab and strength.
Tommy Berridon looking to play on from full-back. Unable to do so successfully. Intercept marked by Flynn Lakey, 60 metres out from the goal. Short pass into Dennehy of the Zach variety. 50 metres out from goal. He looks to come centrally to Rogers. Rogers unable to take that mark. Will McKay, great defensive work. Into the hands of Brock Harvey. Harvey up to Harker. He takes a bounce. He looks to take on the Gisborne player. Takes a second bounce. A banana from 30 out. He kicks it! That'll get the Bloods up and about. 4-4-28. The Dogs 4-4-28. It's a tied ball game. Score sponsor, Bendigo City Framers, local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
He just challenges the opposition to tackle him, doesn't he? Uses his big frame, takes it on and says, well, come and get me if you're good enough. And in that time, in that moment, they were not good enough.
We'll just get Father Jackson Saunders down to the South Bendigo bench if we can. Look like Alex Davies come off with a bit of a leg complaint.
I'll keep an eye on that. I was also interested in that passage of play, Will McKay. It looked like a throw from boundary level. You had a better view of it from the box. Was it a legitimate hand pass?
Yes.
I didn't notice anything on it, so
yeah, I think it was all right.
Didn't catch up.
I didn't say anything.
But wow, Harker, he looked like he was going to get beaten, but he caught, but he just got that second bit of wind. Benaki takes down the middle looking for the immediate response, and Pat McKenna marks it. 45 out, pretty much directly in front. And this will be the response almost. Harker's goal was goal of the day, and now
South just looked out of sorts there because the fullback's gone off the ground.
That's right.
And they just haven't got a match-up for McKenna sorted out yet, and he's able to get hold of that one there with the bloke just running under the football. Didn't look like a genuine backman.
So one to keep an eye on down there at ground level for Father Jackson Saunders. Pat McKenna will come in looking for his third of the game and to put Gisborne back in front. And he does just that. So we didn't have a goal for 15 minutes, and now we've got 2 in the space of 1 minute. And McKenna puts Gisborne 5-4-34 back in front of South Bendigo 4-4-28. Score sponsor is Bendigo Bearings. And a quarter-time score in the MCDFNL as well. It is Harcourt with a fast start, 6-5-41, leading Navarre 0-1-1, thanks to Norm Jenkin.
It's a beautiful day for footy today, isn't it? Sun's out, not much wind. More pushing and shoving between Prancatasano and Haddo in the middle. Crisp now back into the middle. Dennehy of the Zach variety into the ruck. South Bendigo player tackled without the ball. Zach Sims, he'll get the free kick. So Zach Sims right on the centre circle. Looks to go out to the wide wing. Crisp has moved forward. Takes a grab over the top of Dennehy. Looks to give the handball off. Does so. Haddo, usually a good user of the ball. Looks to go Brock Harvey's way. Play on, says the umpire. Ball in dispute. Ball knocked into the path of Harrison Bryant. Bryant now to Johnson. Clough comes inside. Looks for his Gisborne teammate in Sullivan. Sullivan drops the mark. Second efforts. Good. Handball forward. Now long, quick kick into the hands of Merritt. Merritt now marks. 55 out. Plays on. No, he doesn't. Umpire says go back.
Downfield free kick, so he's made him go back behind the mark.
So Merritt now 55 out from goal, right on the boundary. Looks to come inside. The ball will hit up about 35 out in the McKenna direction. Ball hits the deck. Flynn Lakey tackled without the ball. Umpire says that's exactly what happened. He'll have a free kick. 45 out from goal, which may potentially see the Dogs go up by 2 goals. And 50. Do you see what happened there, Metro?
I believe number 11, Zach Sims, just vented his frustration to the umpire with the decision.
You can't afford to do that, especially in an elimination final. It's do or die. You win, you stay in, you lose. That's it for season 2026. Flynn Lakey kicks his first of the day. The Dogs now 6-4-40, playing the Bloods 4-4-28. Score sponsor, Bendigo City Framers. Local footy, the place you want to be. It's Fresh Live.
I just had a quick look at the South Bendigo bench, and Alex Davis was getting his right ankle taped, and he's jogging along the boundary now in front of the club rooms here at Tannery Lane. My instinct says he'll be back on the ground, and more spot fires emerging in the centre circle at the moment. Cohen Harker, Brody Haddo amongst it at the moment.
Certainly getting involved in this game. That Harker goal almost brought the Dogs to life as opposed to South Bendigo. It was an absolute cracker, but the Dogs have responded with 2 goals in 2 minutes since that Harker goal. We didn't get a goal for the first 15 minutes of this quarter, Mick, and now we've had 3 in the last 3 minutes. So once that goal comes, it's just opened up a little bit here. Knocked down Chris, but it's gone straight to Benaki. Benaki will send a little worm, burning, bouncing ball inside forward 50. McKenna gets it. Handball's off. They'll handball to the top of the goal square from Thomas Werner. It makes Merritt work. He's tackled as he kicked off the side of the boot. Bounces out wide. Bounce favours the Bloods. They can handball their way out of trouble to Lockwood. Lockwood can look to draw someone. Decides not to give the handball, but to kick down the line, and he's kicked it out of bounds on the full. Underneath the scoreboard, Gisborne free quick. They quickly bring it back into play. Mark taken 55 out from goal for Pat McKenna. Even he's too far out to score. It's more 65 than 55. But they like having him as the next link in the play, but McKenna's going to have to play the set-up role this time as opposed to the finisher. He's launched it. I said he was too far out. It might have gone through for a goal, but it's been marked in the goal square. A cracking grab by Dylan Johnson that's not paid.
Push in the back.
Oh, no. Dylan Johnson, that was a ripping mark, but it's not going to be counted.
Underestimated barrel there by McKenna that went all of about 60 metres as well.
Made me look like the fool.
Jasper Langley, though, the ball has been kicked outside forward 50. No one able to take a clean grab.
I thought it was going through for a moment there. That looked like a cracker.
He definitely got a hold of the Torrey.
And you heard the crowd get behind it, and it almost wheeled it home.
Crisp out of the ruck. To no one in particular.
Was it a push from Johnson? I didn't get a good look at it.
There's a couple of hands there. It's one of those ones that could go either way.
Crisp now in the ruck against Dennehy. Crisp down into the path of Sullivan. He's unable to dispose of the ball. Immediately tackled by Crisp.
Just watch Benaki at this stoppage here. He's sort of the one, he's got about 4 clearances this quarter.
Crisp and Dennehy. Crisp over the top into the path of Harker. The ball goes out of bounds in front of Harker, and Clough will have a ball in.
As good a job as Rusbridge is doing, Benaki's got about 4 clearances this quarter, and that's just sort of breaking it open a little bit for Gisborne. So whether he's got the fitness ability to go all day, we're going to find out.
Ball gets thrown in. Dennehy and Crisp. Crisp, front position, down to Haddo, unable to get the ball. Benaki now picks it up off the deck, unable to find his teammate Will Elliott. Does well on a heated one-on-one contest there to Hannon. Hannon, an up and under ball, really to no one's advantage. Werner taps the ball on into the path of his own player. Sullivan now taps the ball out of bounds. We'll have a ball in 50 metres out from the Gisborne goal. And you sense Gisborne just slowly getting on top here.
Lead it by 2 goals, 21 minutes into the quarter. Throw in 50 out from goal. You feel like the Bloods wouldn't want to go more than 2 or 3 goals down at the halftime break, I don't reckon. Throw in. Knocked down. No one able to really get any clean possession on it. They'll try and tap it further forward. Picked up by Nitschke, the captain. Wheels it forward. Sends it to the 50. Well read by Frawley. Knocked it further forward. Taken by Haddo. Haddo off to Harker. Harker kicked one Perler. Can he get another one? Sends it to the goal square and it's marked. Hard leading back. Jasper Langley marks it. Aussie in the goal square, not quite. The umpire's going to put him on the angle, but it still should be slotted from there. He'll kick it 10 metres out.
That's work rate.
Great work rate there. Not knowing whether you're going to get it or not, just got to keep getting to the contest, don't you? Over and over, and you do it 10 times, it might pay off once.
Yeah, they're so dangerous when Cohen Harker's able to break out the front of a stoppage, aren't they, Metro?
Great poise as well there. He could have been within his right to have a shot.
Langley comes in and puts through the goal, gives the celebration as well, and we're back to a 1-goal margin. 5-4-34 South Bendigo, 6-4-40 We've ticked over 20 minutes in the second of the elimination final from Strathfield Say. The score sponsor, Don Smallgoods, is Don is good.
I know if I'd ran 50 metres in this heat and got the handball, I'd be having a shot, but he showed poise, found a better option, and beautiful delivery.
I'd be calling for the defib if I'm running 50 metres in this heat. The pleasing thing for South Bendigo at the moment is that they're only one goal behind, and Brock Harvey's still yet to hit the scoreboard.
I don't even think he's had a touch.
I think he might have had one.
Well, they're scoring from the half-back line on a quick break. They're getting the ball over the back into the space.
Crisp into the middle, taps it down. Lakey, though, sharks that tap out. Harker, he's been busy. McCaig, well smothered there by Gisborne. Second efforts by Nitschke. He looks to get the ball inside forward 50, but Lakey pushing back, takes the intercept mark. Lakey now looks to switch the ball. Does so. Harry Thomas on the far side. Thomas sees something he likes, pulls it back, then goes again. Finds his teammate in James Gray. Gray now looks to go long in the Sullivan direction. Unable to take the grab. In fact, it's Dennehy. Clough now gets the ball, looks to kick the ball quickly in the Merritt direction. He gets pushed as he kicked. Umpire says it's fair game, out of bounds on the full. The Bloods ball.
Alex Davis has been running the boundary of recent minutes, looking really free in his movement. I'm sure he'll be back on very shortly.
Good news for the Bloods to get him back in the defence as the kick down the line. Been a good mark, but he's given away a shove in the process. So they've been pretty consistent on that so far, the umpires. Ryan Burke's kick in the McKenna direction, and the mark's been taken. Terrific grab. It might be Matt Merritt, I reckon, that's taken this one. So Merritt's marked it. He got to the front of the pack and took a terrific grab. And he'll kick 25 metres out, about 10 in from the boundary. Right hand forward pocket, Sheepwash Creek, end of the ground. Right after the last time the Bloods kicked a goal, Gisborne responded with one a minute later, and they're about to do the same. No, the kick to the right-hand side's a minor. So it lets them off, but it puts the margin out to 7. 6-5-41, playing 5-4-34.
Horbury on kick-out duties. Before he does, Metro, you called out Merritt in the pre-game saying he's one to watch.
Yeah, definitely. He's just lacking game time, but 3 games in a row might be hard and now ready to go.
Langley over the top to Brereton. Brereton looks to go long down the line in the crisp direction. It's intercepted by Lakey. He's been very good today. Johnson doesn't know where to go. Looks back, gives the handball off to Harry Thomas. He spears a kick in. Dominic Sullivan, he'd be up to mark number 10 already today. As a rough guess, he's been very impressive leading up at the ball. Plays on, sinks the right shoe into it. It's long, just misses. 8 points the margin. 6-6-42 playing the Bloods. 5-4-30 for our score sponsor, Bendigo Sydney Framers. Local footy, the place you want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Jeez, he made the distance. No worries on that kick though from just outside 50.
Big shoe.
Brought back into play by Fallon. He'll chip the pass into the pocket. Geddes will take it for South Bendigo. Down the line, Lockwood couldn't get to the front there, so well read at the front by Lakey for the Dogs. He'll send it back inside forward 50. It's been a hard job down there for South Bendigo. They're just trying to repel attack after attack. In fact, there was actually a free kick. Was out of bounds on the full,
out of bounds on the full, yeah.
So the Bloods will get possession of the ball. It'll come into the back pocket. Langley with the footy, I reckon. He goes down the line. Harker got up and took a terrific grab. Now he can look to go. Harker's got an option in the middle of the ground and he hits him. Lovely kick if it sits. It does. McCaig was able to steady. Handball backwards to Geddes. Geddes over the top to Isaiah Miller. Miller gets to 50. Miller goes goalwards. Does Izzy Miller have the accuracy? Frawley couldn't mark it in the goal square. Dogs will happily sock it through for a minor score.
Unlucky not to get a goal there, South. That kick from the back pocket in the middle of the ground, that was ballsy, and that should have rewarded in a goal.
I would have liked to have seen Miller just take a few more steps and start up the goals, I reckon, then.
Vescovi plays on from full back. Lockwood, really good intercept mark. This kid has got a big future in footy, being a part of the Richmond program this year.
Someone say 17?
17 years of age. He looks to go long inside forward 50. It's come off the side of the boot. However, it works to his advantage. Brody Haddo takes the grab and was dealt with after taking the grab. So he's sucking in the big ones. 25 metres out, right hard up against the boundary. And if he kicks this will bring the Bloods back to within 1 deep in quarter.
Not preparing to give in either side, are they? It's a great contest.
Really good level finals footy we've got going on here.
I'm surprised with Lockwood being 17. It's just footy. This is Major League Football, that they're not putting a bit more physical pressure on him.
Haddo with the banana. Would you believe it? The man who has played every game this year, been named in the best every game this year, kicks a fantastic goal. 6'5", plays 6'7", 49. Place you want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Oh, no signs of heat stroke in the long sleeves there. Just went back and went bang. That was and he's still sore after that kick. Actually, a bit of pressure in his back after he took that mark. But that was an awesome finish, and when the team needed it the most.
28 minutes into the second quarter, Brody Haddo brings it back to a one behind margin, I should say. Single digit knocked down. Dylan Johnson trying to emerge with the footy. Taken there. Geddes, it's gone into the midfield for South Bendigo. Lockwood's just got the hops on him. He got to the top of the peak of the ball then and knocked it down. Handball, English tackled straight away. The two 18s, English and Johnson. Isn't that a T-brand, English Johnson? Something like that? I don't know where I got that from. Langley will emerge with it. He'll find inside forward 50. Big fly, no mark taken. Dennehy hit the ground hard. Turnover for the Bloods. Now they might get a look at it, trying to find their way through. Siren beats them. I don't think they were going to get a good look at it anyway, but we've got a cracking game of footy on our hands. A 1-point ball game at half-time. And it is the way of the Gisborne Bulldogs. So make sure you do not go anywhere wherever you are joining us this afternoon. If you're listening to us on Live Fresh 101.5 FM on the TuneIn or free Radio Community Plus apps, or on the live stream as well. It is a cracking game of footy. Do not go anywhere. The second half to come. It's Gisborne by 1 point in the elimination final. Local footy, place we want to be.
You know what's better than a big four bank?
A bank that's bigger. For me, bigger. For what matters most.
Millions of Aussies know that Bendigo Bank is bigger for them.
And we're bigger for you.
Bendigo Bank, the better big bank.
My name is Daniel Bowman. I'm a cladding supplier. The company name is Architectural Cladding Suppliers. We manufacture, produce basically any cladding sort of available that can be rolled out of a soft feed colour-bond material. We target roofers, cladders, builders, really anyone that wants to sort of get involved with this type of cladding. We try to be a bit of a one-stop type roofing shop. We have all of them and some that the others don't have. We educate people how it's done and we sort of get it out there and make it happen.
G'day everyone, I'm the Suburban Footballer and I'm here to tell you to download the Local Footy Hub app. Inside this one-stop app, you will find live scores, fixtures, ladders, leading goal kickers and best players, game replays and highlights, latest news, player and coach interviews, shows, podcasts, and full team and player statistics. Actually, can I stop you just there for a sec? It says for all your team and individual stats. Like, just for argument's sake, if someone at my work got on the app, could they see how many possessions I'd had the week before? Oh, they can. Oh, I reckon, like, do you really need that? Footy's a team sport. Who cares about individual statistics? I reckon the rest of the app is great, can't fault it. But just get rid of that individual statistics bit. I mean, who cares? Download the Local Footy Hub app. Everything you need, all in one app, including individual stats.
Are you looking to promote your business? This could be a great way to reach the local footy community. How do we get your name out there? We can provide banner and native advertising in our news feeds and socials, reaching thousands of people every week. We can run video ads before every game replay that gets watched by thousands of people each week. We can run promotional videos like this one about your business during quarter time breaks for all of our live stream games. Contact us now to find out how you can book a trial.
or explore other stunning artwork, plus wall art, framing options and convenient parking right at the door. Fresh sponsor, location at 80A Garsed Street, Bendigo, on the corner of Arthur Street. Got the picture?
Sponsor, more live Bendigo football. And now it's time to fire up delicious Don Footy Franks. They're made for the footy. Is Don, is good.
It's the place we want to be. More local football. And it's time to go back to the home ground on Bendigo's Fresh FM. Go local, go. Local footy, more local. Let's go. Fresh, let's go.
Central Victoria, Bendigo. Football finals are here again. You can watch the Dragons breathing some fire, and it's hot, so hot you can't stop, can't stop. The high-flying Hawks, just watch them fly by. The Bulldogs are ready to bite and bite and bite. They are unleashed, be warned, watch out, watch out, watch out. There's a big storm brewing and it's coming your way. It's time for the mighty Bloods, because the door is open wide. So take it, Bloods, come inside, take it. Get ready, it's time. Bendigo football, Bendigo FM, it's the place we want to be. It's local football for you and me.
Updated fresh weather, sponsored by the Maryborough Highland Society. Your total entertainment for the entire family. Serving meals 7 days a week. The Maryborough Highland Society. Maryborough, of course.
Bendigo's Monday outlook. Cloud clearing. Down to 4 degrees and a top of 19. Showers increasing Tuesday, 7 low overnight and a high of 21. And a possible shower Wednesday, down to 9 and a top of 17 degrees for Bendigo.
We are keeping it fresh. Your local station, Bendigo's Fresh, 101.5 FM.
It's half time and I hope you're enjoying today's live Bendigo football match. Footy Fresh Central Victoria's local station has for more than 35 years broadcasted local live footy. Please support the local businesses that you hear during this broadcast, as it's local businesses that support your community football. After local band Darkside's weekend song, we return with more live Bendigo football.
Get 'em down an open highway, those that seek and those that find. Hidden fuse, fire back at me. Sand cold shivers racing down my spine. There ain't much that I remember. I'll sleep until the afternoon, waiting for the weekends to come round. Another crowded, smoky hotel, stuck in this dead-end town. Nameless heads and nameless places.
Bendigo football. And now it's time to fire up delicious Don Footy Franks. They're made for the footy. Is Don, is good.
It's the place we want to be. More local football. And it's time to go back to the home ground on Bendigo's Fresh FM. Go local, go. Local footy, more local. Let's go. Fresh, let's go.
Bendigo finals football, elimination finals football on your Sunday afternoon, thanks to Gisborne Bendigo Physio, Rehab and Strength Training. It is South Bendigo and Gisborne. It's a 1 point lead to Gisborne, 6-6-42 to South Bendigo, 6-5-41. Father Jackson Saunders has got some scores from around the grounds in finals footy.
I do indeed. So in the Loddon Valley Football League, it is half-time. And it is Inglewood leading 5 goals 9-39 to Morong 3 goals 4-22. So some concern in the Panthers camp. Obviously they're wanting to win a 5th premiership in succession. They're joining the Bendigo League next year. But at this stage they trail by 17 points at the major break. So concerns there. And Inglewood, well, it's their 150th year. They would love to advance to a preliminary final next weekend. Obviously, in that preliminary final, they will have the opportunity to take on Pyramid Hill should they win after Bridgewater yesterday won by 2 points to advance to the grand final in a thrilling contest against Pyramid Hill. 18 goals 5, 113 to Pyramid Hill, 16-15, 111. Lockie Sharp is here today watching this game at Tannery Lane. He kicked 6 goals yesterday, as did Oscar McKinley. In the Maryborough Castlemaine District Football League, a progress score, it is Harcourt leading 7 goals 5-47 to Navarre 1-1-7. Also, I can tell you that in earlier games today here at Tannery Lane, so in the under 18s, it was Castlemaine 13 goals 9-87 over Golden Square. 7 goals, 6-48. In yesterday's qualifying final in the under-18s, it was South Bendigo 10-7-67 to Sandhurst 8-4-52. So that means next weekend on Saturday, in the second semi-final, it's Strathfield Say Storm up against South Bendigo. The winner of that game to advance to the grand final and have the weekend off in the preliminary final weekend. And then on Sunday next weekend, it's the first semi-final. So Sandhurst take on Castlemaine. The loser of that game, it's curtains for season 2026, and both games start at 10:15 on both Saturday and Sunday in the under-18s. In the reserves today here at Tannery Lane, it was a win to Strathfield Say Storm, 10-9-69 to Kangaroo Flat, 9-3-57. And yesterday in the qualifying final for the reserves, it was Sandhurst 11-9-75 to Eaglehawk 6-10-46. So that means that in the second semi-final next Saturday at lunchtime from the Queen Elizabeth Oval, South Bendigo will do battle with Sandhurst. And in the first semi on Sunday, it's Eaglehawk tackling the Strathfield Say Storm. Meantime, yesterday in the seniors contest, we broadcast this game on local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live. It was Eaglehawk winning 18 goals 10, 118 to the Strathfield Say Storm, 12-17-89. So that means that Eaglehawk plays Sandhurst on Saturday at the Queen Elizabeth Oval in the second semi-final, winner to advance to the grand final. And next Sunday, it will be Strathfield Say Storm against the winner of today's clash here at Tannery Lane. And it's half-time with Gisborne leading in a thriller, 6 goals, 6-42 to South Bendigo, 6-5-41.
If you wanted a comprehensive wrap of everything you need to know across our region in finals footy, that is where you get it, thanks to Father Jackson Saunders. And covering them all, the 18s, the reserves and the seniors, we're almost about to get underway in the second half here. We all tipped Gisborne pre-game. Any of us thinking of going against that tip?
No, well, I couldn't tell you which way it's going to go at the moment. It is that much of an arm wrestle, so I'll just have to stick with them at this stage. No. You can't change anyway, can you? You can't change.
No, not allowed to. No, not allowed to.
We're not 12 anymore.
Well, if they were 50 points down, I might change, but they're not.
Well, I'll tell you what did happen, though. If Flynn Lakey continues his form of that second quarter that he had for Gisborne, that's definitely going to help him out. I'll see starting in the centre here as we're about to get the ball up underway.
Keezer, Bendigo, physio, rehab, strength. The Dogs leading by a point, 6-6-42, playing 6-5-41. To lead us off in the premiership quarter is Cam Power.
That faint siren here at Tannery Lane goes off in the background. We'll get the ball up, knock down Lockwood. Benaki tried to emerge with the footy. Ball hits the bottom of the pack. And says we'll have a ball up. Interesting to see how physical again they are going to be in this second half. It'll be curtains for one of these two teams on the season. Have a repeat ball up, of course. Will it be curtains on Gisborne's time in Bendigo footy, or will they live on to play again next week? Harker gets the ball out of the middle. Short pass down the line. No one able to take any real clean possession. The Dogs have got it across half back. They'll send a high ball down the line. Merritt comes charging out at knocked towards the boundary for a boundary throw in.
Halftime score, Harcourt 8-8-56, playing Navarre 1-1-7.
The Lions responding after a bit of a shock loss last week where they had the lead for a large percentage of that game against Talbot.
Yeah, shock loss, but good teams bounce back. Lockwood into the ruck against Carnell. Carnell gets the ball down to ground. Harker, he's been sensational today. Gets a quick kick forward. Crisp one-on-one with Dennehy. He takes the grab. Crisp now looks to move the ball quickly. Nitschke from 50, kicks long. It doesn't go through for a goal. Haddo bounces it back, 3-on-1. He does a good job. However, up with the ball comes Will Elliott. Quick kick out of defence. It's 1-on-1. It's Brereton versus Brancatisano. Brancatisano does a fantastic job. Taps the ball out in front of himself and then just kicks long in the hope of finding a teammate, Will Allen, coming back. But a fantastic one-handed grab. We haven't called this bloke's name too much today. It's Hayden Geddes of the Bloods.
Yeah, the ball almost just fell into his lap. Geddes' kick, though, went towards the opposing 25. No mark taken by Brancatisano. Burton then tackled him without the footy, and he's going to receive the free kick. Brancatisano. It was great work, as you heard in our special effects mic there. Of course, shout out. Nitschke's got the turnover for the Bloods. It's Killer down there on the bench for Gisborne, who voice you heard coming through. Of course, the team manager for a very long time. Short pass further forward. Sam Langley has it for the Bloods. He went to handball. Thought he was going to Fallon, but he popped one a little bit further over the top to Isaiah Miller. Miller's kick out towards Lockwood. Got in front of Carnell. Lockwood steps around Carnell, opens up some space, drills the pass inside forward 50, and the mark's been taken. A hard diving mark, and it's Brock Harvey. And someone in our box has just stood up a second here to watch Brock Harvey line him up from 45 out. Hasn't touched the ball too many times today, though, Brock Harvey.
Doesn't make too many opportunities, though. 3 kicks, it could be 3 goals.
So Harvey comes in. Of course, brother Regan playing in the reserves here at South Bendigo, and he's chipped it off rather unselfishly, and it's marked by, is it Rusbury? No, Langley.
Johnny Hunter's just thrown his hat on the ground in disgust here in the box.
Yeah, he has, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's just about to throw the Brock Harvey badge out there.
It's a sign of a good teammate, though, isn't it?
Yeah, look, a better option, 20 metres closer to goal. The bloke that's actually tagging the opposition's best player.
So it's going to be a shot for goal. South Bendigo comes in. It's Jake Rusbridge, and he puts it across the face for the minor score, but it ties things up here at Tannery Lane. The first score of the second half is a minor. 42 playing 42, 3.5 minutes into the third quarter. Elimination final footy on your Sunday afternoon.
Ball played on from fullback by Harry Thomas. Again, it's Dominic Sullivan leading up at the ball. Done a power of work today, running between the arcs, providing an option. Looks short inside, finds Dylan Johnson. Johnson on the left, finds Flynn Lakey. Good grab. Isaiah Miller looking for a late punch, unable to. Umpire says it'll be a 50-metre penalty. Did you see what happened there, Metro?
No, the only thing I could think of is the man moving on the mark, but it didn't really look like he was moving unless he was being asked to come back and he didn't retreat. That's the only thing I could think of.
So Flynn Lakey, just Gisborne side of the centre square, looks laterally. Will Elliott with the ball. Plenty of numbers behind the ball here for South Bendigo. He goes short into the hands of Elliott of the Dogs. Elliott looks to go in the direction of Merritt. He gets the ball. He's tackled immediately by Fallon. Ball hits the deck. Holding the ball, says the umpire. Fallon's free kick of the Bloods.
He's got it in the back for the Bloods. Looking further forward. Not a lot doing. Scores a level here. Good game of footy for your Sunday afternoon. Do not go anywhere. Lockwood's caught from 2 behind, but he takes a terrific grab to Zayden Lockwood. He's having a say on this game this afternoon. I reckon he's got Carnell's measure, the opposition ruckman Mick.
Definitely. And I got fact-checked at half-time. He's just turned 19.
Down the line he goes. No mark taken there by Crisp, but it's a free kick. It's against Dennehy, so Crisp has got it. Handball off. Harker gets his distance, sends it inside, forward 50 for the Bloods. Bouncing ball towards the boundary line. Tracking after it will be Samuel Langley, unable to get there, and we'll get a throw in. Maybe he's just a late bloomer to getting his licence, Mick.
Maybe.
Still on the old plates, I understand.
Last we checked, yes. I don't think he is anymore. Not that you can drive your car in the oval here.
Get your hours up pretty quickly driving to Melbourne for footy training all the time, wouldn't you?
Ball in from fullback for Scovey into the hands of Lakey. Quick kick into the centre of the ground. This is dangerous. Hare of the Bloods takes possession. Immediately tackled by Brown Catasano. Steals the ball off him. He goes long in the Lockwood direction of the Bloods. Merritt, is unable to take the mark. Lockwood, good second efforts. Lowers the eyes. Hits up Harker. He's been very busy today for the Bloods. Harker now plays on the right foot. Looks to go a little cheeky one inside. The Gisborne player in Dylan Johnson reads that one well and takes the intercept mark right on the paint of the 50.
Dylan Johnson. Look to put the next kick underneath the scoreboard, I'd imagine. It's exactly where it goes. In fact, it's actually gone a little bit longer. He's got onto that. And a big fly and mark to Will Allen. Come from 2 deep and took a terrific grab. Allen's got some options in the middle if he wants it. Decides to just launch it down the line. Inside forward 50. Langley from behind. Couldn't quite get there. Got hands to it, well read by the Dogs. At ground level, they'll relieve the kick out of defence. It'll go down the line. It'll be marked by Zach Dennehy. Underneath the scoreboard, Zach Dennehy's got it. He's barking some instructions and wanting someone to give him something. That kick's lovely to Ryan Burke. He marks it, doesn't break stride. Has a bounce. Lockwood's in chase. Burke looks at him, he says, I've got you covered. And he sends it in the McKenna direction, knocked away from him at the last second by Geddes. Terrific defence. And Geddes was able to win the ball at ground level. Out to Davis. Davis to Lockwood. Lockwood tackled and gone. Holding the ball. Advantage Dogs. They'll run it inside. It's a tough kick from the boundary, but it's a terrific finish.
Not quite sure who that was there. Gray.
Werner?
No, it was Merritt. I think it might be Matt Merritt, I reckon, that's kicked that one. Terrific finish either way, running into the pocket. So Gisborne get their lead back.
That was deep in the pocket. That shows some confidence to take the advantage there and finish that goal, which is, well, they're all important, aren't they? But at the moment, super important.
The Dogs now up by a goal.
It was Matt Merritt that got that finish as well. So 7-6-48 playing 6-6-42. Terrific finish, Matt Merritt.
8 minutes in. Took a while to get our first goal of this premiership quarter. Lockwood into the ruck against Carnell. Bit of a 50-50 split there, Lakey. Able to get the hands up to Benaki. Looks to get it across to Cloth, unable to do so. Harker steals the ball. Tough, in and under. It's a 50-50 ball inside forward 50. Who's going to win this? Johnson does well. Lakey pushes back as well into the hands of Dennehy. Dennehy then runs out of defence, kicks it to a 2-on-1. Will Allen does well with the don't argue and the punch. Clough intercepts, looks to go inside. Not quite able to find his teammate, rather. The 50-50 ball back by Johnson. Moves it forward into the hands of Warner. Warner looks inside and hits McKenna. There's not much you can do about that delivery when you've got so much space to work with inside forward 50.
No, look, the whole 50 opened up. No pressure on the ball carrier. McKenna could have led anywhere. Just come straight at him. A basic and easy as you like 20-metre chip just in front. And
they're very good at that, aren't they? Lowering the eyes.
Yeah, definitely.
So McKenna, the Dogs are 1 goal up. This is to put them 2 straight kicks up. Bloods have probably had the better of the play this quarter, but this will put a dent in their finals aspiration. So McKenna crosses the paint of 50. kicks through the ball, likes it straight away. As soon as he kicked it, he started celebrating. The Dogs 8-6-54 playing the Bloods 6-6-42. Our score sponsor, Jason Westcott Builders, local footy, the place you want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Yeah, great play from Gizzy there. Really showed some poise, moving that ball through the centre of the ground. Once again, from a turnover, Lakey pushing hard to help in defence and set that ball up. But it's funny, isn't it? We see South control a bit of footy, and then within 2 minutes, they kick 2 goals and just keep that gap. But I'll be expecting South to respond like they have all day so far.
4 goals to Pat McKenna on the day. Knocked down. Clough couldn't quite take it cleanly. Roved out of there for the Bloods. They'll fire it out wide. Miller in pursuit of Burke. Burke's handball to Clough was okay, but it's Shark. Stolen. It works its way to Miller. Miller inside forward 50. Good play. Frawley drops an uncontested mark in the end, and Vescovi's able to come and kill it out wide for the Dogs. Got a good look at it. Now they're away. 1 bounce, 2 bounces for Gisborne down the wing. Outer wing kick, not great. Burton read it best for the Bloods. Intercepts. He can come in board to Harker. He does just that. Harker will mark. Does he give the handball to the runner? He doesn't. He decides to kick it further wide out to Langley. So Langley's got it. Samuel Langley, centre wing. Forced to slow things up. Umpire Carter says play on. It wasn't him in the special effects mic calling play on either. It was one of the Gisborne supporters trying to put him off, I think. Kicked down the line.
The coach, actually.
It's taken by Frankie Shapano. Shapano's kicked down the line. Went looking for Thomas, and it's knocked away from him by the opposing 21 in Zach Hare. And we'll get a boundary throw in. Pretty good crowd in this afternoon in the sun. Bit of shade starting to peek out here on the clubroom side of the ground.
Yeah, there is. So ball in. Lockwood over the top. Carnell does well to create a 50-50 ball. Bernacki unable to get clean hands. Zach Hare up off the deck. Kicks it in the Langley direction. He collects, then drops it. Kicks it out of bounds. It hit the deck first though. It'll be a ball in. A little bit of argy-bargy going on again. Umpire Carter says it's a man's game. Let's continue on. Umpire throws it in. Lockwood and Carnell again. Carnell working his way back in this contest well. Nitschke, quick kick forward. Dennehy with the intercept disposal and a booming kick outside of forward 50. Burden tries to take intercept mark. He gets collected. Gisborne on the counter-attack. Merritt unable to take possession. Will Allen does really well. 1 on 3 there. Lowers the eyes. Tries to hit up Fallon. Umpire says he was chopped across the arms by Clough. So it'll be a free kick to Fallon right in the middle of the Tannery Lane Oval.
Waste no time seeing it inside forward 50 to a hard charging lead, and it honours it with a terrific grab. And it's James Frawley who was out on a hard lead, and he'll mark it and line him up. It'll be about 40 metres when he kicks for goal. Slightly to the right of goals, but a player of Frawley's calibre should have no issues from here, Metro.
Oh, you got to look at it. They take the chances now, don't you? Because that was a 50-50 call. Goes your way. Move it quickly into the 50, and you're going to create something from nothing here.
So Frawley taking his time here. Looks like Tom Burton's okay in the middle of the ground as well. It was a little bit slow getting up from that last contest. It was rather courageous.
Brave.
So Frawley comes in for the first goal of the second half for the Bloods. They've got 1 behind, and now they've got 2 behind. So he doubles their tally in the quarter at least.
Has he got 1 next to his name yet?
He kicked the first goal of the game for South Bendigo. Yeah. So 43 playing 54.
Long down the line, Dennehy unable to take the grab. Brancatisano at ground level, working hard. Will Allen as well of the Bloods. Dives on top of the ball. We'll have a ball up. Dennehy got taken around the ankles. He gets back up. He's okay. 11 points of margin. 13 minutes gone. Not quite panic stations yet for the Bloods. Crisp over the top to Nitschke. He's held. Umpire didn't see it. The ball will roll out of bounds. How do you see the structures of both sides, Metro, here?
It's just very contested. It's just one-on-ones all over the place. Occasionally, one will have one behind the football, but at the moment, it's just one-on-ones across the ground.
It's like Brancastiano and Nitschke making themselves known to each other in front of us as Chris gets a double-handed tap down. Stolen by the Dogs, though. It's Dennehy that handballs it forward. Sullivan tracks after it. Good tackle by Werner. And it goes over the boundary line in the hands of Merritt.
Great contest under our noses there. Boys
right
still attacking the contest very hard.
In our broadcast position. Coach Robbie Waters barking instructions on the bench down there for Gisborne. Centre umpire throws the ball in. Crisp got a two-handed grab, gave it off to Langley. Langley off to Nitschke. Nitschke's handball though missed Burton, which allowed Flynn Lakey into the equation, but Burton was able to recover. Gave it off to Hare. Hare out wide. Mark to Smith-Ralph. Haven't called his name too many times this afternoon after I gave him a pump up in the pre-game. He'll launch it inside forward 50. Needs a mark. Frawley gets a look at it. Couldn't take it. Ball hits the ground. And Gisborne players collided with each other, which invited a chance for a flying shot from Rusbridge. But it's marked on the last line of defence by Jed Dennehy.
Jed Dennehy, he's been good today down back for the Dogs. No one on the mark, so he'll just take his time here. Umpire waves play on. Goes long down the line. There's no one here for the Dogs. Crisp takes the intercept mark over the top of Sullivan. Plays on immediately. Jack English, bit rushed in his kick. Will land about 45 metres out. Ball hits the deck. Ball in dispute. Flynn Lakey at the bottom of the deck. He's been really good today for the Dogs. Kick smothered, though, by South Bendigo. And out the back is Zach Sims. He's unable to take that quick kick. Zach Hare now with the banana from 45 out. He's almost kicked it on the road. Out of bounds on the full. Sheepwash Creek ends.
It's in the creek. The ball is in the creek.
We might have a bit of time here, Cam.
Yeah, the spectators that, well, I don't know if they're spectators. They're on the other side of the temporary fence, but they're walking along the creek.
Yeah, well, looking at that, when you asked me about the structures earlier, I feel like the game's being played between the 50s a little bit at the moment. Neither side can sort of break free. The only time one looks like they might get it over the back is on a quick break from a turnover.
That's right.
And they kick it over the contest into the space. That's where they're both looking most dangerous.
It's like that. What was that famous ball is in parking lot? It was ball is in creek. Got the ball back. Vescovi was the one that brings it back into play. I'm sure there'll be someone that got that reference. I don't think you two did. Langley gets it. He'll sends it inside forward 50. Looking for Hare. Got caught in the contest. He was crunched. But he did well to bring it to ground level. Gisborne just seemed to have the answers at ground level at the moment, Brian. Burke emerges with a footy. Gave it off to a teammate whose kick will float down the line. Should be a mark to Isaiah Miller, and it is. He'll relieve the kick inboard to Hayden Geddes.
Geddes now looks inside. Finds Haddo. Horbury rather. Horbury runs his measure, looks to go long inside 50 in the Frawley direction. Gisborne have two players there. Zach Vescovi leads him to the ball. Zach Hare does a ripping job getting down on the deck. Handball up to Frawley. It is smothered by the Gisborne player out on the paint of 50 and goes out of bounds. 11 points of margin. The Dogs 8-6-54. The Bloods 6-7-43. Big 10 minutes here for the Bloods. To the umpire. Throwing the ball back in. Plenty of numbers around this contest. Crisp takes it out of the ruck. Looks to go one way, then the other. He slips over. He's dispossessed. Out of the pack comes Ryan Burke. Ryan Burke finds Pat McKenna. McKenna now handballs it off to a teammate. And we've got Werner v. Fallon. One-on-one. In fact, it's Miller. It's one-on-one. Miller does a ripping job punching the ball into the path of Haddo. Horbury, rather. And it goes out of bounds. 25 metres away from the Gisborne goal. And that was work right there by Miller getting back to create that 50-50 Metro.
Lucky he did. They're in all sorts, didn't it? That ball actually bounced forward instead of up. We would have been nearly running into an open goal, but our lovely oval football does wonderful things at times.
The old egg-shaped football, as they call it. Makes it unpredictable with some of the bounces you get. Horbury emerges with a footy. He'll launch the kick out in the direction of Smith-Ralph. Couldn't quite get there. Tracking towards the boundary. They keep it alive to the Dogs. It's Zach Dennehy to Jed Dennehy. It's a double Dennehy delight out there. Into the middle they go. Nice kick. Oh, just over the head of Werner in the end. He full stretch, but it didn't matter because it's rolled. They'll go for a flying shot at goal, Gisborne, and he's got it. Terrific finish by the Dogs. Adam Brancastiano has kicked, or Brancatisano has kicked an absolute cracker.
He's been very good again this quarter. He went missing in that second quarter after an amazing first, and he's been very prolific this quarter again.
9-6-60, plays 6-7-43, 17 points. The margin score sponsor is Bendigo Bearings. Father Jackson Saunders at ground level.
3 goals to none now in this term in favour of Gisborne. South Bendigo have added just 2 behinds, and the Bloods have not won a premiership since 1994, so it's a 32-year premiership drought. They want to keep their premiership aspirations alive this afternoon.
Ball back up. Crisp and Dennehy. Dennehy takes it out of the ruck, does a ripping job, kicks it immediately inside forward 50. McKenna unable to take that. Gisborne picked the ball up off the ground and are tackled immediately by 2 South Bendigo players. Will have a ball up.
Gisborne doing well to keep edging in front because Crisp is dominating in the ruck at the moment.
He has been. Crisp again, as you said, tapping the ball forward. Burke at the back of the stoppage, able to get the ball across to Clough. Clough is tackled immediately. Umpire says play on. Ball is in dispute. Genuine 50-50 here. Numbers around the ball. Bodies flying everywhere. Umpire will blow his whistle and say, let's ball this up. Big 10 minutes coming up for the Bloods, Metro.
Well, I feel like they just need to be within a couple at three-quarter time.
Crisp wins the tap out again. Straight down the throat of Clough, however. He's tackled again and we'll have another ball up. Cam, get us out of this stoppage.
Try my best. Gisborne supporters won't mind if it stays in this stoppage at the moment as we chick over 20 minutes in the quarter. And another ball up. Ball up number 4. In the space of, 40 seconds? About that. So another ball up. Chris taps it down. Now we're going to get some emergence of the footy. Gisborne will wheel it forward. Kick. Brant Castellano one-on-one. Tapped it down in the Werner direction. Werner paddles it to himself. Paddles it further forward and he's caught in a tackle. Not rewarded. Gisborne try and find their way through. Sullivan's handball out to Brant Castellano. Dives on the footy. Might have been some pushing in the back. Umpire lets it play. It's a high ball. It's gone 15 metres up in the air, 5 metres forward. So it's play on if it hits the ground. It does. They keep it alive though, do the Dogs. Sullivan, they go backwards to Burke. Burke from outside forward 50. Sends it in the McKenna direction. Can he get a look at it? He might have been taken off the footy. Umpire lets him play. Smith-Rolfe picks up the footy. He's tackled. And we'll have a ball up.
McKenna very unlucky not to get a free there.
Very much so. The ball up, 30 metres out directly in front of the Gisborne goal. Crisp goes to take the ball out of the ruck again. McKenna was in the ruck that time. Unable to get any quick possession out. Geddes, quick handball out. Unable to go anywhere. Will Allen punches it through the Gisborne goals and it'll be a behind 9-7-61, playing 6-7-43. Exactly 3 goals the margin as we tick into time on in this premiership quarter.
Yeah, their first minor of the quarter as well after kicking 3 straight goals to Gisborne to South Bendigo's 2 behinds. So that's the difference at the moment. Out wide go the Bloods. You do feel like they've got one more surge in them though in this game, Mick.
Absolutely.
Down the line they come here. English is kicked. Lockwood takes a terrific grab. Had the height advantage on Ryan Burke and he used it to his advantage. Short pass. Can they build something here, the Bloods? Short pass up towards Harker. Knocked away from him by Gray. And Gray tackled Harker without the footy, so it'll be a free kick to Harker. He looks up. Has he got something to find inside forward 50? On the right. Frawley shoved under it. Umpire said you played for it a little bit, sorry. And we'll get a throw in inside the forward line.
Bit of bye players. Benaki's come off for a rest. So's the Tagger and Rustbridge has come off for a spell at the same time. Going step for step.
Rate it. 30 metres out from the South Bendigo goal. A goal here is much needed. It's Dennehy and Lockwood in the ruck. Lockwood takes it out of the ruck. Quick snap. Out of bounds on the full. Big build up. Little result.
DeMarc Lockwood took earlier. He ran 200 metres to do that. Up, back, across the other side.
His work rate's really good, isn't it? So it'll be Dennehy from the back pocket. He's been busy this quarter. Looks to go short. Decides against it. Will play kick to kick down the line. He plays on. Vescovi now with the ball. Handballs the ball back. It's a hot footy. Brock Harvey unable to apply that forward 50 tackle. It goes in the direction of Jasper Langley. He's unable to take the grab. Burke of the Dogs takes it. Looks to go long on his left. He kicks it to space. There's no one within 50 metres of this ball. It's Geddes v Brant Catasano. Brant Catasano gets the ball. Looks to take Geddes on. Good chase by Geddes. No free kick, says the umpire. Werner picks up the loose ball. Good work there by Horbury getting back to help out his teammate. And we'll have a ball in right on the paint of 50.
And he's pulled out a free here.
What's the umpire said, Metro?
All that pushing and shoving all day, he's decided now it's not on.
It was Brant Castellano that was the one that offended on the tackle.
It did remind me of 40-20 kick though. There was no one in the forward half of the ground there. He's kicking for touch.
Bit of rugby going on there.
That's English for the Bloods. English will go backwards to Horbury. Can they build something out of defence, the Bloods? He's got Geddes across if he wants it. Decides to go more central. This time it's with Will McCaig. McCaig looks up. Gives the handball off to Horbury. Horbury sends it out wide to Burton. So Burton's got it here. They haven't really got too much further forward, the Bloods, but they're opening it up a little bit here for Sam Langley. Burton once passed. Langley decides not to give the handball. He'll chip it short to English, and now he gets it. Burton can steady. Inside forward 50. Playing in front for Scovey. Was able to tap it out wide because he was in front, and the ball bounced nicely for him. And then the tackling comes, and we'll get a ball up inside forward 50. 61-43. Gisborne lead. 25 minutes played in the third quarter, which of course is brought to you by Kaiser Bendigo, Physio, Rehab and Strength.
Ball up inside forward 50. Lockwood over the top. Flynn Lakey again, sharking the tap into the hands of Vescovi. Vescovi looks to go long down the line to Merritt. He drops the mark one-on-one with Brereton there. Merritt tackles him to ground, and we'll have a ball up. Is the heat starting to fatigue the players a little bit here, Metro?
There's a few on their haunches at the moment. We'd look at someone like Horbury that's got a bit of age, doesn't play regularly. It was interesting to see the impact in that last quarter with the run and carry.
Carnell up over the top of Crisp, one of the few ruck contests he's won today. One-on-one here. Sullivan v Geddes. Geddes does a good job stopping him from being able to go forward, and we'll have another ball up.
I think Horbury would be used to these conditions, though, applying his trade up in Queensland a lot lately, the last 3 or 4 years.
So another ball up here. South will not want to concede one. Crisp over the top to Harker. Gets pushed out of bounds. Umpire says it was touched, even though it came off the boot, so we'll have a ball in. 26 minutes gone, 9-7-61, playing 6-7-43.
The Bloods got in this one as we approach three-quarter time. It would be an even 18-point margin, so 3 goals is what they need.
Lakey again.
Lakey, Brancastiano couldn't take it. It was stolen by Horbury. Horbury's handball, though, was affected. It came off to Clough. They'll send it inside forward 50, and McKenna charging out, marks it 45 out. Directly in front. McKenna looks up because there's a player all on his own in the goal square, and he says thank you very much and puts it through for a goal. Too easy if you are a Gisborne person, and it's Werner that gets the finish, I reckon. So Gisborne get a cracking finish. In fact, it's actually Matt Merritt. So Merritt gets that one for the Dogs. Gee, they look alike, do Merritt and Werner. 67 playing 43. It's an even 4-goal margin. Poor checking from the South Bendigo defence.
Just tackle pressure there. It was from that turnover from the tackle. So South probably thought they had possession. You run to make position, turns over, you're caught out. There you go. It did take a great lead and mark for McKenna.
Local footy, the place we want to be. It's fresh live. Crisp, straight down the throat of Harker. He looks to take one on. Brushes him off. Don't argue. Runs to the paint of 50. Could this be the goal that sparks the Bloods? It's not. He misses across the face of goal. 6-8-44, playing 10-7-67. 27 and a half gone in the premiership quarter.
Bloods have kicked 4 behinds in this quarter. Gisborne have kicked 4 goals, 1. So they've really made their mark in this quarter. 23 points to the lead. Kick in. Lakey dropped the mark. Might have got caught in the sun. He looks up as if to say the sun was in my eyes.
Harker's done that
his hair might have been in his eyes
once today. If he'd done that again, he'd be putting his name up for this Bendigo City Framers Award, I tell you.
He's been very good.
You have the duty of picking that one today, Wayne Mitrovic.
It's going to be tough.
I'm sure there'll be a few Gisborne players that have really stepped up in this third quarter. McKenna's kicked 4, so he might be a chance for it as well. Horbury over the top. Burton got some space, sends it inside forward 50. No mark taken, but it was well read. Handball out. Evans couldn't quite get it. Gray went through for Gisborne. He dived on top of the footy. They fall on top of him. Umpire crosses his arms and says, benefited it out. I'll ball it up. 48 out from goal.
See the Gisborne bench here just signalling to slow things down. 28 and a half gone. Can't be long left in this quarter. Lockwood up over the top into the hands of Harker. He's tackled immediately. Balls hits the deck. It's a scrap. Players fighting over it. There'd be 20 players within 20 metres here.
That's right. Definitely, if you're Gisborne, you want to just rebounce, ball it up, go to the boundary. South there would be wanting to get that snap-on goal.
Carnell able to break even, 50-50. Benaki breaks away from stoppage, looks to go long in the McKenna direction. South with numbers. Will Allen goes through his legs. Handball up by the Gisborne player, goes nowhere. Umpire says we'll ball it up.
Probably lucky there, Gisborne, because if they had won the football, there was nothing forward. South were pushing back hard to defend.
So stoppage is probably a win here for the Dogs.
Definitely.
Carnell out of the ruck, straight down to Hare. Free kick given away by Isaiah Miller. It'll go the way of Benaki. Benaki's been a bit busier this quarter. Lowers the eyes, looks to go in the McKenna direction. He drops a mark. Good defensive work there by Davis. Ball in dispute. Flynn Lakey, believe it or not, at the bottom of the pack again. Harker wins the ball out, looks to go to Hare. Hare up over the top to Brereton. He's tackled immediately, able to get the handball out to Alexander Ralph Smith. Harker, again, not able to win the 50-50 ball. Good work there by Shapano, pushing the ball out of bounds. The ball is inside forward 50 again for the Bloods. I'd say they probably had more inside forward 50s this quarter, but have got nothing to show for on the scoreboard.
No, bit congested, not as much structure. I can't even see where Frawl is at the moment, to be honest. He's definitely deep. He's not deep forward. Can you boys spot him out there?
I'll have a look.
Is he on the bench? Father Jackson Saunders down there. Haven't seen him too much this quarter.
I'll have a look. I can't spot him at the moment.
Well, there's the siren.
And there's been a free paid on the siren to South Bendigo.
What'd you see?
Free kick to South Bendigo on the siren. So he won't be able to come off his line. He's probably kicking from where the 50 meets the boundary.
What was the free kick for?
Not sure, but there's a Gisborne player on the ground holding his head. Shepherd?
Out of bounds on the 4, I think it was.
So is it a chance for South?
Well, they need something special. This definitely would be special.
It's Alexander Smith-Ralph that has the footy. He'll have to kick 50 from the boundary. And, wow, it wasn't even close. It's just gone out of bounds on the full 25 metres out. So
anticlimactic.
now there's a bit of push and shove. I reckon the Gisborne players are just letting him know about it. You can't give away a free kick after siren's already sounded though, can you?
Oh, I'd imagine you maybe. Is it go for the start of the next quarter?
Or do they get a free kick now?
Now.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's one for the Boffins to figure out, and we're not them. So.
I feel like the adjudicating umpires at times sort of just make that up as they go. What do they feel fits right?
South Bendigo 6-8-44 are going to need a big final quarter to keep their finals aspirations alive in season 2026. Gisborne leading by 23 points. Local footy, place we want to be. It's Fresh Life.
You know what's better than a big 4 bank?
A bank that's bigger. For me, bigger. For what matters most.
Millions of Aussies know that Bendigo Bank is bigger for them.
And we're bigger for you.
Bendigo Bank, the better big bank.
My name is Daniel Bowman. I'm a cladding supplier. The company name is Architectural Cladding Supplies. We manufacture, produce basically any cladding sort of available that can be rolled out of a soft feed colour bond material. We target roofers, cladders, builders, really anyone that wants to sort of get involved with this type of cladding. We try to be a bit of a one-stop type roofing shop. We have all of them and some that the others don't have. We educate people how it's done and we sort of get it out there and make it happen.
G'day everyone, I'm the Suburban Footballer and I'm here to tell you to download the Local Footy Hub app. Inside this one-stop app, you will find live scores, fixtures, ladders, leading goal kickers and best players, game replays and highlights, latest news, player and coach interviews, shows, podcasts, and full team and player statistics. Actually, can I stop you just there for a sec? It says for all your team and individual stats. Like just for argument's sake, if someone at my work got on the app, could they see how many possessions I'd had the week before? Oh, they can. Oh, I reckon, like, do you really need that? Footy's a team sport. Who cares about individual statistics? I reckon the rest of the app is great, can't fault it. But just get rid of that individual statistics bit. I mean, who cares? Download the Local Footy Hub app. Everything you need, all in one app, including individual stats.
Are you looking to promote your business? This could be a great way to reach the local footy community. How do we get your name out there? We can provide banner and native advertising in our news feeds and socials, reaching thousands of people every week. We can run video ads before every game replay that gets watched by thousands of people each week. We can run promotional videos like this one about your business during quarter time breaks for all of our live stream games. Contact us now to find out how you can book a trial.
by South Bendigo trailing by 23 points. Gisborne 10-7, 67 to the Blood, 6-8-44. Goalless in that third quarter was South Bendigo. Gisborne kicked 4 goals, 1. 2 goals to Merritt, 4 to McKenna, Brian Castellano, Zach Dennehy, Sullivan having the other goals. Been a good game of footy for Gisborne in that third quarter. Who are the better players in that quarter for the Gisborne Bulldogs?
All right, well, elimination final. We won't get you to spell it, but that's what we're here to do today. We're looking at back in Adam Brand Castellano.
Spell that one.
I can because it's written right in front of me. That's cheating. He was unbelievable in the first quarter, went missing, and back in the third quarter when it counted, he's back on top of his game. Flynn Lakey continues to rack up possession at the bottom of the packs, but reminds me of a young bloke with a frizzy hair called Fitzgerald that used to play at Gisborne. And Pat McKenna up forward, definitely looking like the dangerous forward, providing them leading options coming up the ground, but it definitely was set up on turnover, which is on the back of Gisborne's tackle pressure around the ball. There.
For South Bendigo, we're looking at Cohen Harker. He's been comfortably their best player today. Callum Crisp has been really good in the ruck alongside Zayden Lockwood as well. They've had the better of the ruck contest there against young Carnell of the Dogs. Brereton's been pretty good, serviceable down back alongside Horbury, but I think that's more a case of the ball spending so much time across forward 50 and them running out of defence trying to create more so than them finding their own ball. But this quarter, it's the old balls to the wall, so to speak, Cam. You've just got to throw everything at it because this could be the last 30 minutes of footy for South Bendigo for the year, or the last 30 minutes in the Bendigo Footy League ever for Gisborne.
Yeah, well, hoping it's not that way for Gisborne. At the moment, they would probably be a big loss if that wasn't the case. A 23-point lead, 67 playing 44. Father Jackson Saunders is down at ground level, and it looks like he's got Jared Lynch.
Jared, what's the key for Gisborne in this last quarter?
Oh, it's defending their slingshot. They run forward really, really hard. So if we can create a lot of pressure and make the footy messy going forward, like we did that quarter, I think that'll go a long way. Otherwise, we just need to control the footy. If we have footy in our hands, they don't have it, so we just keep working like that.
All the best for the last term.
Appreciate it.
That was Jared Lynch, the backline coach for the Gisborne Bulldogs. Father Jackson, you were down there at the huddle. What was the message that you heard from the Gisborne Bulldogs coach?
Yes, so Rob Waters said attention to detail, play smart in the last term and step up. That's what he wants from his players. And Troy Coates, I listened to him briefly, and he basically said that he expects his players to give every inch of themselves in terms of their body and effort in this last quarter. He said otherwise it's a long 6 months before season 2027 commences.
South have got a loose player starting behind the ball.
Yeah, is there no 6-6-6 in local footy?
I guess not.
No, I don't believe there is. I thought you were meant to start that way, but not 100% sure. The final quarter for Bendigo Live Finals, brought to you by Kaiser Bendigo, Physio, Rehab and Strength. Here's Mick Delaney.
Carnell over the top into the hands of Lakey. He's able to get the hands up to Shapano. Shapano with a quick kick forward. It's a 2-on-1 here for the Dogs. Unable to get it. They were. Harker worked hard all day. Takes a bounce. Looks over the top into the hands of Sims. Sims to Brereton. Goes with it with one hand. Should have probably went with two. Gets the second chance, but the ball trickles out of bounds. A bit lazy there by Brereton. Probably just needed to get the ball first, then look up. So we'll have a ball up 55 metres out from the south goal. Important for the Bloods to get a goal early here in the last quarter to build some excitement amongst their faithful. Ball in. It's a shallow ball in. Carnell down to Lakey. He's unable to get the ball. Dives on top of it. Tackled straight away. Ball in dispute. Plenty of numbers again around this ball. Metro, you nailed it before. We'll have a ball up. They're just going to stack the ball, aren't they, and make things really hard for South.
You would think so. Down the line, repeat ball ups, all that sort of stuff.
Carnell out of the ruck, punches the ball out of bounds on the full. So it will be a South Bendigo free kick. Or are they calling it the other way?
Bit harsh there. The boundary umpire's not really throwing it in that far.
Would you say at ground level, Father Jackson Saunders?
Well, I just want to give a three-quarter time score in the Loddon Valley League. It's all square. 6-5-41 Morong to Inglewood, 5-11-41.
Big third quarter out there from the Morong Panthers, looking to keep their Loddon Valley chances alive. A chance at 5 in a row. Free kick's going to go the way of South Bendigo. Davis, who handballs off to the runner. Launches a high kick down the line. There'll be a chance here. Lockwood couldn't get it. Miller created the contest. Ball hit the ground. Lockwood picks it up. He accelerates away. He got away from Evans, did Lockwood. Sends it inside forward 50. The kick really didn't favour anyone at all except for Zach Vescovi. Takes an intercept mark for Gisborne. He'll quickly wheel it out wide. It'll go in the direction of Harry Bryant. Bryant picks up the footy. He puts the afterburners on. Don't worry about cramping in this game. They're going for it. Down the line, Dylan Johnson's got it. 1 bounce, 2 bounces. Short pass for Dennehy, but well read by South Bendigo's defence. And it's Langley that takes the intercepting grab.
Langley now with the ball, looks to go long. 3/4 time, Harcourt, 11-9-75. Playing Navarre, 3-5-23. Intercept mark by Benaki. Rip and mark there by the gun on baller. He looks to bring the ball inside. Plays on. Good find there. Finds Lucas Hannon, 49.5 metres out from the Dogs' goal. South won't want to give one up here. It'll make this a massive mountain to climb. Hannon looks to go direct inside forward 50 and finds a target. Brand Catasano finds himself with a mountain of space, 25 metres out from goal, almost directly in front. And Metro, will this be one of the final nails in the coffin?
Look, if he kicks this and the margin gets out to, well, let's say it's going to be 5 goals, or 4 goals, 5, it's going to be very difficult to come back. When it's not a high-scoring game of football, it's going to be very difficult.
Brand Catasano was busy in the first and the third, a bit quieter in the second, runs in, very direct, celebrates as soon as it hits his boot to goal. 11-7-73, the Blood stuck on 6-8-44. Our score sponsor, Jason Westcott Builder. Local footy, the place you want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Metro, I'm interested to ask you, Gisborne, they'd love a 6th premiership. They won 4 in the space of 5 years between 2002 and 2006 in the Bendigo League, and then their most recent 2022.
Look, they would be, and they've definitely got the team, if they're fully fit, that can do it. Not the current administration, but last year's Bendigo one. I think they would like to give it a up yours out the door, and they felt like they're harshly done by, so they'll be pushing hard.
Trying to set themselves up for a crack at Ballarat footy after this year. Gisborne, of course, on the way up. Morong on the way in. We'll keep you up to date with that score. They're dead level with Inglewood at 3/4 time in the elimination final, the Loddon Valley Footy League. Benaki hits the pack hard. It spills out wide. Here's a chance for Sullivan. Got into some space. Almost had too much space, did Sullivan, but he worked out the handball further forward. Benaki tracks after it again. Taken in the tackle, though. Good tackling from South. And we'll get a ball up 60 out from goal. Frank Catasano, a chance for our City Framers Best on Ground Sponsors Award today, which you'll be handing out at the completion of this match, Wayne Mitrovic.
He's definitely in contention here. He just had 1/4 off his tucker, but if he finishes strong here, he'd definitely be in the conversation.
Of course, Father Jackson Saunders will catch up with our winner directly after the completion of this game as well, down at ground level. Back in the middle we go. Evans couldn't take it for the Dogs. Lakey gave off the handball. Inside forward 50, the kick goes. Mark taken. Hannon's been pretty good as well this afternoon for the Dogs. Low kick, went looking for Werner. Lockwood read it best for the Bloods. Gave it over the top to Fallon. Fallon further forward to Geddes. Geddes kick partially smothered, which turned it over in the middle of the ground. Evans tracks after it. Nitschke got first look at it though. Clever handball to Miller. If he can get it off to Harker, they can. He'll send it inside forward 50 here through Will McCaig. Goes in the Frawley direction. The two South players collide with each other and they both hit the ground. Vescovi was left standing. It was like dominoes around him, but Vescovi said, I'm the one still standing. As Elton John would say, he'll swing it out wide in the direction of James Gray.
Harker now and Gray one-on-one. Harker doing well. He's been clearly the Blood's best today. Ball goes out of bounds. We'll have a throw in, 29 points of margin, 6 minutes gone in this last quarter. Just down in that forward line there, Metro. Probably just a lack of a good small forward being in and under the bigs there.
Yeah, look, probably I wouldn't say he's been dominant, but he's providing that contest. So, and they've got the man. His name's Harvey. John's put, Mr. Hunter's put the moz on him today, and he can't get near the ball.
Unreal. Lockwood punches the ball down straight into the hands of Lakey. Lakey with the handball up. Gisborne, quick kick forward. Horbury intercepts, does well. Geddes, quick handball up. Brereton back into the path of his teammate. Looks for the 1-2 as Brereton gets tackled immediately. Lakey at the bottom of the pack. Umpire has picked out a free kick. Which way is that going, Metro?
Lakey.
He's been sensational
He's
today.
putting his head in the hole.
Lakey transfers the ball into the middle. Ryan Burke handballs the ball off. We've got a genuine one-on-one here. McKenna versus Davies. McKenna goes one way, then the other. Stop, start, handball up over the top. Will Elliott runs on, lowers the eyes, kicks not too far in the direction of Werner. Werner looks to hit up the corridor. The teammates, they intercept, punch it out of each other's hands. It's no good. It drops to ground and they end up kicking a point. They've absolutely made a mockery of that one.
They did in the special effects. You might have heard that. Oh, that was the Gisborne player hitting the ball out of his teammate's hands.
I couldn't believe it. I was lost for words given how easy it was and how badly they crumbled that one up. But
are we going back in the creek again?
We might have.
It's got nearly the most possessions today, the creek.
It's had more possessions than what I had through my career, Metro. But 11-8-74 plays 6-8-44. Exactly 5 goals the margin. Are they good enough, the Bloods, Cam Power?
Also, just a score, the Bendigo Pioneers have lost their Tasmania wildcard final. So the Tassie Devils, 17-14-116, have defeated the Bendigo Pioneers 12-8-80.
Well, the kick in missed its target from 15 out, so I think that answers me question. Big trouble if you're a Blood supporter, but they might work it out to Nitschke. Nitschke's handball into the middle to Harker, who's just got to handball it forward, but there's no one forward to handball it to. He says, someone give me something. He dances one way, then he dances the other, eventually sends it inside forward 50. Lockwood picked up the footy. He was tackled straight away. Blood's just trying to will this one forward, but the Gisborne pressure is immense. And we'll get a ball up right on the paint of 50, and that's probably been the difference for me today, Mick. The way that the Gisborne Bulldogs have tackled. It's been superb.
Physicality.
Vescovi's just laid 3 tackles there, coming off Frawley to do it. Sensational effort.
Dennehy in the ruck, knocks it straight down into the breadbasket of Will McCaig. He gets tackled immediately, and we'll have another ball up.
They'll go in very confident against the Storm next week, based on this performance today too.
Definitely. Lockwood and Dennehy in the ruck. Dennehy gets his shoe to it. Lockwood, however, picks it up off the deck. Quick kick forward in the direction of Frawley. He takes the mark in front of Vescovi. One of the few one-on-one wins that Frawley's had today. How would you rate Vescovi's game down back, Metro?
Oh, look, head-to-head thus far. We've still got a bit to play out this quarter. Frawley bobs up here and kicks 3 last quarter. He's kicked that one out on the full as we speak.
He's absolutely bellied it. He tried to kick the banana from 25 out and it's gone out of bounds, 30 metres out in the opposite pocket.
That's just lack of footy, being fatigued. But I'd say Vescovi's got his nose in front in that duel today.
It's really harder to kick that footy where it ended up than it would be to get it closer to goal.
It's definitely not skill, but we'll see Clough play on from that back pocket. Crisp over the top, really nice mark there. He's been one of the shining lights today for the Bloods. Handballs it back to Langley. Jasper Langley looks to go long inside forward 50. It's 1-on-4 for the Bloods. Frawley, however, gives away a free kick. Umpire says we'll play on. So Dennehy to his brother, Zach. He's got the ball into the hands of Lakey. Lakey takes a bounce. Hasn't got much forward of him. Takes his time. Up over the top. Merritt marks the ball right on the point of the centre square. 65 out from the Sheepwash Creek end goal. Slows things down. Merritt now looking for McKenna. Good intercept mark, however, by Will Allen.
Poor option there. There's other options.
Will Allen looking to switch the ball. Does so. Finds Brereton. 45 out from the Gisborne goal. Brereton to Langley. Sam Langley. They look to go inside to his brother, Jasper Langley. He's looking to go up over the top. There's numbers everywhere for Gisborne here, however, with Ryan Burke winning the ball. Handball up over the top. Werner to Clough. Clough finds his teammate in Brand Catasano. Marks the ball on the paint of 50. His teammates are all saying, let's slow down. Let's take some time off the clock.
His teammates are saying, you know the Bendigo City Framers Award is on the line here. Take your time, son. Go back and kick it.
Word for word, Metro. Now, 11 minutes are gone.
Yep.
How soon do you start resting players if you're Gisborne?
Not yet. You just can't. It's elimination final. You've got quality opposition. You just can't do it.
Brand Catasano kicks to the point of the square. McKenna claiming the mark. It definitely came off hands. Geddes tackles him immediately. We'll have a ball up. right on the point of the goal square, 10 metres out from the Gisborne goal.
If they're fit, leave them there. If they've got some concern or injury, maybe take them off. But last 5 minutes, I'd say.
Yep.
Dylan Johnson tries to disco dance his way through that one, and he was unable to do so, and the umpire says you had time to get rid of it and you didn't, so you're done holding the ball.
I'd say Pat McKenna and Lakey, you boys can come off for a spell with 5 to go. You've done a great job today, and the rest will have to carry the load.
Well, Flynn Lakey, of course, is, we know, someone that has been sore. James Gray, another one potentially, as Evans has kicked into the pocket. No mark taken, off hands. Bottom of the pack, they all dive around the footy. It spills out wide. It'll be picked up by Sullivan. Sullivan to put some cream on top of the ice cream cake. But the kick just went up in the air. What was that? Helicopter spinning blades. That's what that was.
Ended up bouncing back into play. McKenna got tackled by Hare and let the ball up.
Definite helicopter, that one.
Just as you said, that Metro Lakey's been taken off for arrest.
Yep. Yeah, I think that was a rotation because he's friend on ball, but he might not come back out.
Crisp up over the top, unable to find a teammate. Clough with the banana from 35 out. Misses near side. 11-9-75, playing 6-8-44. Our score sponsor, Bendigo City Framers, local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
At half-time, Gisborne were 42. They're now 75, with South Bendigo 41 are only 44. So they've only scored 1 point to South Bendigo to Gisborne's 33 since half-time. So it's been a very strong second half. The Bloods goalless in the second half. Down the line, knocked towards the boundary there by the Dogs. We'll get a throw in. It was Liam Rogers, the late inclusion. Father Jackson at ground level.
Cameron right on cue. 5 unanswered goals now for Gisborne, and in fact South Bendigo have not goaled since Brody Haddo kicked that cracker from about 40 metres out on the flank in the clubroom's pocket for South Bendigo at the 28-minute mark of the second term.
Pat McKenna coming off the ground as well. Do you reckon he might be potentially done for the day down there, Jacko?
Well, that would be a wise decision. He's such an important player for the Dogs.
Smith-Ralph emerges with the footy at the front. He can go goalwards. Can he give South Bendigo something? Harvey will mark in the goal square. And if he kicks this one, you never know.
He's in the square, so...
He hasn't touched the ball today at all, Brock Harvey. Gets the goal. So it is now 50 playing 75, folks. We've been talking about it's all dead gloom, but it's only 25 points. And there's still a bit of time left in this one if they're good enough. The score sponsor is Bendigo Bearings.
I did notice after half-time that... lost for words here for a second. Brody Haddo came out and is playing at full forward out of the goal square with a look like a leg injury and was limping quite heavily. And I think he has since probably left the ground, and then that's a big loss for them out of that midfield.
He's been named in the best ever game.
Yeah, he's a gun.
Crisp up over the top of Dennehy. Ball in dispute. High tackle, says the umpire. Free kick, Gisborne. It'll go the way of James Gray. He's been good today. Nitschke, the infringer. So Gray plays on the right foot. Looking for McKenna. Deep inside forward 50. Mark dropped. Merritt, in fact. He gives a handball off. Brand Catasano again with the goal. Runs into an open goal. 12-9-81. Playing 6-8-40. Sorry. It's 6-7-43. 6-8-44. Our scores.
50.
Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live. The scoreboard changed in front of me.
Oh, no, well, Benaki's coming off now and Lakey's going back on the ground, so that's just part of their normal rotation, not the resting.
50-81.
Thank you, Cameron.
I know that free kick in the centre there, they just got that because they're first of the football
That's
again.
right, yeah.
50 playing 81, 15 minutes in the final term. That was the chance. South Bendigo trying to find a way through. Fallon emerged with the footy here and sent inside forward 50. Nitschke. Harvey couldn't quite take the mark, but he did well to rove it at ground level. Could have given it off to Burton, and he probably should have given it off because he tried to snap it and he was never looking confident from there, and he's put it through for a minus score. Even 5-goal margin. 17 gone, final term.
When it's not your day, those things will happen. But I would suggest, I've seen him kick a lot of goals. He would kick that more times than not.
Vescovi down with the ball from full back.
You've got to give that first handball option though, don't you?
Yeah, definitely.
Brent Catasano's kicked 3 goals in the second half. Definitely in contention for the Bendigo City Framers Award. Crisp, unable to take the grab. Sullivan off the deck, just looks to go long, as far forward as he can. The drinks boy marks it. That's how far out of bounds it went. It'll be a free kick, South Bendigo. They move it on immediately to Horbury. Horbury looking to take the game on through Geddes. He's been quiet today. Nowhere to go has Geddes. He plays on. Bit of a rush kick inside forward 50 in the Frawley direction. Off hands. Crisp to McCaig. McCaig with a quick snap. It'll go in the direction of Harvey. Harvey unable to take the grab, and it goes through for a point. 7:10:52, playing 12-9. 81 our score sponsor, Bendigo Bearings. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Cramp starting to kick in here now with a few of the players.
Lucas Hannon takes the ball from fullback. You can hear the people at ground level just telling their Gisborne teammates to slow it down. Brent Catasano providing an option. Punch from behind by Miller. Umpire says you had enough of it. Young Adam, take the kick.
No rush to get it, Gisborne. They don't mind if the clock runs down.
He's been very impressive today, Brent Catasano.
Don't know much about his background, actually.
I know that he's got family members that play for the Melbourne Tigers in the NBL 1, so they come from good stock. We're talking basketball, that is. He goes long down the line to Dennehy. Off hands. Gisborne, plenty of numbers at the forward of the ball. Sullivan punches it forward into the hands of Will Allen. Will Allen goes with the inside-out torpedo, but intercept mark taken by Jed Dennehy.
Into the middle they go. It'll be a mark here to Hannon. Of course, Brent Castiano, Tony Castiano, the president of Gisborne. Merritt streams inside forward 50. And the mark's taken by James Gray, 45 out, directly in front.
A bit more free running now. You couldn't find any space in the first half of footy, but now with the tied legs, it's opening up a little bit and allowing transition to happen a lot easier.
So he'll join them in. James Gray, 45 out, directly in front, kicks the goal. And Gisborne increased their lead. 87 plays 51. James Gray with his first of the day. Terrific player is James Gray. And well, Gisborne will march on. The Bloods, they will be heading home, packing their bags and not continuing their pursuit of a premiership in Bendigo footy. Wayne Mitrovic.
Herx, look, if it wasn't already shut, the door is well and truly closed now. It's just a matter of seeing the minutes out, anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes to go, or you cross all your fingers and toes and hope that everyone can get off the ground in one piece.
Lockwood back into the ruck, over the top of Carnell. Benaki at the fall of the ball. Rusbridge, he's done a good job today. Instead of the odd 50 touches that he gets every day, he's probably had 35, as Benaki. Carnell does well out of the ruck. Lockwood, second efforts, good. Into the path of English. His opponent, however, Will Elliott, does a good job getting to the ball first. Laces out Clough. Clough takes a bounce. He looks up, looks to centre the ball. He's got his teammate running into an open goal. It's Lucas Hannon, and Hannon drills it home. 93. Playing 7-8-50. Put a stamp on this one. It's done. Score sponsor, Bendigo Bearings. The place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Yeah, look, you said about that tagging job there. Benaki's down a bit compared to normal. I think South will be pretty happy with the job that Rusbridge has done on him. He's battled super hard all day and made every kick he gets really earned, but they're just running out of legs now across the board. South, you can see the run of Gisborne is what's getting them well and truly in front in this contest.
They spent a lot of the season in the top three, the Bloods. They dropped out late in the year. Now they'll be out in the elimination final. Gisborne will move on to take on Stratfield Say next week as we revert to the Queen Elizabeth Oval for all the finals in Bendigo footy for the remainder of the year. That'll be Sunday. Sandhurst Eagle Hawks Saturday. Ball bouncing to the top of the 50. No one able to take much clean possession out there. The Bloods are still trying towards the boundary line. Nitschke further handball forward. Taken away by Samuel Langley. Langley goes down the line. Of course, the Bloods have still got the 18s and the reserves in action in finals. So not all over for South Bendigo this year.
Yeah.
Free kick.
Vescovi.
Yeah, Vescovi's the one that's going to get the free kick.
I'll tell you, his name might get thrown around in the award at the end of the day too. He's been very good on Frawley.
Vescovia across to Dennehy. They look to go central here. They're still looking to move the ball well. Lucas Hannon with the mark. Lowers the eyes. Finds Clough on the wing. He's been very good today for the Dogs as well. You can hear the coaching staff down below us yelling out, let's slow it down, let's slow it down. Tommy Werner takes the mark. He handballs it off to his teammate Lachlan Evans running through the centre of Tannery Lane. Holy, what a grab. Dylan Johnson, if you don't mind. Gets a nice little rise there on the paint of 50, and he'll take his full 30 seconds here and have a shot on goal. Did you see that one, Cam? Very good mark. Used the South Bendigo opponent as a stepladder and got some serious hang time.
Good grab.
So just suck him in.
He's a good player, Dylan Johnson.
Very good player. This will be the icing on the cake. Good player. I'm backing him in from here.
Derek Philo medal winner this year.
That spun every which way but the proper way. Lands 10 metres out from goal. Zach Hare getting the crumbs, immediately tackled by Matthew Merritt. We'll have a ball up right in front of the Gisborne goals. It's 41 points the margin, 23 minutes gone.
Knocking towards the top of the goal square for another ball up.
So it'll be a ball up right at the top of the square for Gisborne. Not much time left here, you wouldn't think. Merritt straight down to his teammate in Clough. He's tackled immediately. We'll have another ball up. Plenty of numbers still around this ball, Metro.
Yeah, push down. They still play to their structures and what's required right to the last minute.
McKenna out of the ruck to Gray. Gray on the left, snaps it around the body, and it's marked by Dominic Sullivan, who'll have a set shot. 15 metres out, 45-degree angle. His lead-up work's been sensational today.
Yeah, he's been very good. Got good separation there. The kick favoured him into his space, but he's had a solid game.
So Sullivan coming in, kicking and goaling.
Likes it.
15-9-99, playing the Bloods, 7-10-52. Our score sponsor, Don Smallgoods, is Don, is good. Local footy, the place you want to be. It's Fresh Live.
2 goals now for Sullivan, 1 in the first and 1 in the last. Started well and finished as well.
He's been very good.
He has been. He's definitely been one of their better players. And he's been one of the really impressive players for me this year in terms of recruits that they've picked up during the off-season. It's really helped the structure of their forward line.
Metro, you're the coach of South Bendigo. You've got 10 seconds here. What are you changing in the pre-season?
Look, they've actually made huge steps forward. The goal would have been to be relevant again, and they've definitely been relevant this year. Not too much, just look at your recruiting. On leg speed, definitely, as we can see today, a few of the older players ran out of legs a little bit. As we see on cue, one of the guys there in Horbury just getting caught with the football, but yeah, maybe that. Look at your youth stocks, see what you can bring and develop from within. You can see Harker, getting him from Queensland, definitely beneficial. If you can get a couple guns like that to complement your youth and just keep building.
Miller takes the intercept mark in the back line for the Blood, sends it down to Lockwood. If they can keep a hold of him, I'm not sure they will next year, though. He might be playing in some higher level than this. Dylan Johnson emerges with the footy. He has aspirations to do that. 1 bounce, 2 bounces, and the handball to Merritt. Merritt looks up, he's trapped, has to go backwards. It ends up in the direction here of Harry Bryant. Bryant to the top of the goal square. Zach Dennehy takes the mark. Zach Dennehy kicks the goal. Umpire says you may have infringed.
The umpire at the top of the 50 actually called that push in the back, even when there was one there, and thought that was a fair call.
Well, should that not be 50? If he's kicked the goal after a free kick's been pulled?
Just after. We can see that's been relaxed a lot these days, hasn't it? That rule?
Yeah, I reckon in the Melbourne leagues you probably might have been done for 50 metres there.
Couple of scores in the Loddon Valley Football League. It's a thrilling 2-point difference at the moment between Inglewood and Morong. Inglewood 7-14-56 to Morong 8-6-54. We'll keep you posted on that one. And in the Maryborough District Football League, Maryborough Castlemaine District Football League, in the elimination final at the moment, 3 minutes into the last term, it is Harcourt 11-9-75 to Navarre 3-5-23. So the Apple leaders in the box seat to win that one.
Ball in the creek again, Metro.
Again.
Yeah, I'm really fascinated to see that final score if we see Morong go out in straight sets.
Will Allen from fullback to Geddes. Geddes goes long down the line. South Bendigo just trying to go long and direct, but again, Jed Dennehy takes the intercept mark. He's been very good today for the Dogs. Looks to go inboard. Finds his teammate. Lockie Evans to Clough. Gives the ball up though. Langley. McCaig. Turns. Goes. Good chase down tackle by the Gisborne player there. Into the hands of Rogers. Rogers now over the top to Flynn Lakey. He's been sensational as well today. You're going to have a hard job picking this Bendigo City Framers Award Metro as Dylan Johnson takes the mark, 70 out, lowers the eyes, looks for Sullivan. Sullivan off the deck, snaps, partially smothered there by Davies. Gisborne now get the crumbs, kick the goal. Ryan Burke puts the final nail in the coffin. 16-9, 105, playing 7-8-50, and it's been all one-way traffic since half-time.
Definitely. They've really put the foot down here and showing that they mean business. The game's probably been ice for the last 10 minutes, but they look like they're not stopping. Gisborne, it's in their DNA a little bit. I remember playing against them. They will just keep going and going and going, which you can see here. And I guess that gives you momentum and belief rolling into next week.
It does.
Lockwood wins the tap down, 28 minutes, and there's been a lot of goals in this quarter, so there might be time for a few more Gisborne goals just yet, because I reckon a few of the South Bendigo players have just kind of checked out a little bit at the moment, Mick.
Yeah, they have.
It's their disappointing end to their season this year. There was a lot of talk about them during the off-season, and they were really impressive for the front half of the year. It just hasn't worked for the back half of the year for them. Of course, two of their premier midfielders not out there today in Zimmerman and Templeton. They probably make a difference, but I don't think they make a 53-point difference.
You wouldn't think so, no. The early season injury to Caden Antonowitz doesn't help either.
No, and he had 10 goals in that game against Broadford in the very first match when he kicked that one too.
Well,
so
the ACL, he did his ACL as the final sign went in that game.
Quite literally, and it was a real somber mood that day. We were there that day. They won the game, and it was almost like there was no celebrations, even though they had the win to start the year.
That's right.
So Rustbridge emerges with the footy. He'll send it inside forward 50 for the Bloods. One-on-one contest, and a mark to Jack Fallon. And a chance for him to kick a goal late in his time at South Bendigo. We won't say if he's going next year, Mick, but he's not coaching next year at South Bendigo. So Troy Coates taking on the job as a full-time coach next year without the co-coaching side to his name. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Jack Fallon during the off-season, if the Bloods can retain him or not. He won't be coaching next year, but to kick a goal to finish the season for him, it's across the face, and it kind of summarises the day for the Bloods. 53-105 as we hit 30 minutes in this final quarter. It'll be a very happy team at Gisborne.
It will be tonight. As Fallon, almost an intercept mark in front of Werner. In fact, it's Evans. Hare now with the ball, the long sleeves. He panicked. He dropped the ball, holding the ball, Gisborne. So Gisborne now with the ball at half-back. They'll look to just take the time off the clock here. Will Elliott with the tackle. Goes back to Dennehy. Dennehy, back to Elliott. Inside to Lockie Evans. Lockie Evans has been very busy in this second half. As the final siren goes, the Bloods, their season 2026 is done. The Dogs, they move on to play Strathfield Say in what will be an absolute cracker next week. 16-9-105. The Bloods, 7-11-53.
Yeah, so it sets up the second semi-final next week. Saturday will be Sandhurst and Eagle Hawk, and on Sunday it'll be Storm and Gisborne. Here's a chance to announce our Bendigo City Framers Best on Ground Sponsors Award, Wayne Mitrovic. We'll get to it, and then Father Jackson Saunders will go and grab the player for that award. Who are we going?
All right. Well, it was an impressive second half from Gisborne there. A few of their players came to the fore. As the game went on, I thought Vescovi down back was very good, continued to work super hard. Through the middle, we had Lakey's name just kept popping up. He's doing everything in the trenches. Hawker from South Bendigo, very, very good in a team that's been beaten by 10 goals, and he is nearly best on. But I've gone with a fella that's played a lot of reserves football at Gisborne over the last few years. I'll be very interested to know why, because from what I've seen today, he was excellent. And I'm going to give the Bendigo City Framers Award to number 25, Adam Brancaziano.
You've done a pretty good job there of pronouncing that, Metro. Could you spell that, Cam?
Now, have we got Father Jackson Saunders with our player?
He's on the hunt down there for Brand
Look,
Castellano.
look at him there, just lurking around the outer of the pack.
Full-time score, MC BFNL Harcourt 11-11, 77, defeating Navarre. 3 goals, 12-30, so inaccurate. The Grasshoppers.
Good bounce-back game from Harcourt, though.
And the Apple-eating Lions will move on to next week, where they will take on... We'll go to Jackson Saunders because he's got Adam Brad Castellano down at ground level.
I do have Adam Brand Catazano with us. What does the win mean to you today?
We've had a lot of struggles post-end of the season, a lot of injuries, but it's been a battle, just taking it 1 week at a time. And yeah, perfect day of footy. Credit to South, excellent team, and yeah, looking forward to next week against Strath.
Talk us through some of those injuries. Who's been affected, and who do you hope to get back in the next week?
Pretty much most of us are back, but yeah, it's just been a struggle. Like in terms of depth, we've had the talent to go all the way. It's just all about putting it together and playing our best footy, which I think we're capable of. And yeah, it's good.
Keep walking. I know you're catching your breath, but so you can stay close to the guys. Obviously, Gisborne would love a 6th premiership. You've been in the Bendigo League since 2000, your last year in our league. I'm sure that's in your mind as well. How do you approach that at the moment?
Yeah, I guess it means a lot. I mean, we all love the Bendigo League, probably 25, 26 years we've been in it now. But going on to a new chapter, which is exciting, but it's also sad at the same time to leave this league because I truly love it. Yeah, love the culture, love the teams. Yeah, it's really great.
Adam, congratulations on the win. I'll let you join your teammates and all the best for next weekend.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
While you're down there, Father Jackson, can you just see if you can spot Zach Vescovi down there and maybe just ask him, he's got a bit of ice on his hamstring or his thigh down there, so see if you can find out something on that one for us because that might be a big story for Gisborne.
Yes, I'll have a look at that. He's speaking to the guys at the moment. He's in good spirits though.
While you're doing that, it is 105-53, the full-time score, Gisborne winning.
It got away, didn't it, in the end? Like, you look at that first half, the game could have went any direction. I didn't know who was going to win. I stuck with Gisborne, luckily, but they really put the foot down and finished running on top of the ground where South looked wanting with their leg speed and the fitness come the end of the game.
I just spoke to Zach Vescovi. He said a bit of awareness from last week. I asked him about his injury and he seemed okay about it, so he had a bit of a smile. Now, how do you interpret that is the question. He was walking off the ground okay. I think it's just a bit of a niggle from last week. I'd be confident he'll be out on the park next weekend.
Sounds like a bit of management and a bit of early recovery.
For those that have played and even those that haven't, what happens in the rooms is you sing the song, you have a bit of a chat, and then you go about your recovery straight away. So whether it's ice baths, whether you're putting the ice on the hamstrings, the quads, the calves, the back, the shoulders, whatever it might be. So given that he was rested earlier than when the full-time siren went, that recovery session may have just started 15 minutes earlier for him.
So that's the first week of finals done, the experiment of finals away from the Queen Elizabeth Oval. How did we see that? Of course, yesterday at Harry Trott Oval and today here at Tannery Lane.
I think today, success. Yesterday, success. But in Metro's words, bring the cars back around the oval.
Yeah, definitely. I think it gives a bit more atmosphere, vibe, makes it easier for the paying patrons because they're paying the bills to come through the gates. But I don't mind breaking that tradition of the QEO and getting it out to the other clubs in the region. I'm sure the gate numbers will come through and it would have been supported greatly. 2 ripping games of football for them to come and have a look at. Now we revert back to the QEO, so great deck, showpiece of Bendigo, good spot to call from as a calling team.
Really looked after us.
Hopefully
here at
there's
Strath.
some chicken steaks, but that's all right. So we're looking at some early figures have come through. Today's attendance is up by, yesterday's attendance was up by 25%. So people are talking with their feet and going through the gate. So moving it away from the QEO is not affecting the numbers. We're probably just talking about a few semantics and things like that.
And I know that we're commentating footy to the radio and to the live stream, but nothing talks more than, as you just said, with your feet, getting down, supporting local footy and bringing it back to your local level and supporting local clubs, I think it's been a big W.
On the stream, that looked massive yesterday, that crowd at Harry Trott, and
it
especially on the way that embankment set up out there. So be interested to see if a few more clubs will come on board to host a final next year. I know that a few clubs weren't keen on hosting one. It is a big ask on your volunteers to be able to get that done. So that's another thing that's got to come into consideration. So
we get V-Line on as a sponsor, and we'll just get everyone on the train down to Castlemaine and jump off. We don't need cars down there then. We'll be right.
Well, interestingly enough, the longest road trip's going to be to Castlemaine after this year.
Well, there you go.
On the road to Castlemaine, of course, Morong coming in
Broady,
next year.
Broadford.
Well,
Broady as well, yes.
Do we have a full-time score for Morong?
We do,
Did they
and
win?
they did
Ooh.
by 10 points.
Of course
10
they
goals, 666 to Inglewood, 7-14-56. So the Morong Panthers are through, and they live on another day in the Loddon Valley Football League next weekend. So a big result there.
So, yeah, big win for Morong coming back to win that game. And John Hunter's here as well. Johnny?
He doesn't want to talk.
Oh, no. You got me now? Yes. So I better do something for the afternoon, I guess. So I was speaking to Brett Fitzpatrick before the game, the chair of the Bendigo Football Netball League, and the general feel amongst his peers, the board and so forth, they were pleased with the outcome coming out to the country clubs. When I say that, we're talking about, of course, the Storm today and Harry Trott yesterday. And the 25% that they're up, that's actually gate revenue, because they can't actually count the numbers of head or feet of people.
You know what's better than a big four bank?
A bank that's bigger. For me, bigger. For what matters most.
Millions of Aussies know that Bendigo Bank is bigger for them.
And we're bigger for you.
Bendigo Bank, the better big bank.
My name is Daniel Bowman. I'm a cladding supplier. The company name is Architectural Cladding Supplies. We manufacture, produce basically any cladding sort of available that can be rolled out of a soft feed ColourBond material. We target roofers, cladders, builders, really anyone that wants to sort of get involved with this type of cladding. We try to be a bit of a one-stop type roofing shop. We have all of them and some that the others don't have. We educate people how it's done and we sort of get it out there and make it happen.
G'day everyone, I'm the Suburban Footballer and I'm here to tell you to download the Local Footy Hub app. Inside this one-stop app, you will find live scores, fixtures, ladders, leading goal kickers and best players, game replays and highlights, latest news, player and coach interviews, shows, podcasts, and full team and player statistics. Actually, can I stop you just there for a sec? It says for all your team and individual stats. Like, just for argument's sake, if someone at my work got on the app, could they see how many possessions I'd had the week before? Oh, they can. Oh, I reckon, like, do you really need that? Footy's a team sport. Who cares about individual statistics? I reckon the rest of the app is great, can't fault it. But just get rid of that individual statistics bit. I mean, who cares? Download the Local Footy Hub app. Everything you need, all in one app, including individual stats.
Are you looking to promote your business? This could be a great way to reach the local footy community. How do we get your name out there? We can provide banner and native advertising in our news feeds and socials, reaching thousands of people every week. We can run video ads before every game replay that gets watched by thousands of people each week. We can run promotional videos like this one about your business during quarter time breaks for all of our live stream games. Contact us now to find out how you can book a trial.
Yes, I did hear when I was walking out of the ground last night being Carlton's fan, there was someone that said we're only 4 weeks away. So I'm not saying where he was going with it, but yeah, never know. You should have said this to me 10 weeks ago. I wouldn't have even said we'd be here. But anyway, we won't talk about that. We'll be back next week for more footy. And that is it. We must thank Ray Pinner for pushing all the buttons, John Hunter as well